Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 10 of the Band of Bravos. I am your GM and host for this session. I'm Jason Bulmahn. I'm the director of game design here at Paizo. And before we get started here today, I'm going to toss it around the horn and let everyone introduce themselves. Let's start with Mr. Jacobs.
Hello, this is James Jacobs. I'm the creative director for Pathfinder. I'm playing Shensen, the high on cookie sugar bard.
Hey guys, I'm Maryssa Marie. I am Paizo's web content manager, and I am playing our halfling druid, Ilana Thistlefoot.
Hi folks, I'm Jason Keeley, Starfinder developer. I am playing Roark Thunderbird, the Tengu swashbuckler. Caca!
And hi, I'm Peyton Smith. I am currently playing Lord Barnes.
Oh, jeez.
Shocking Graphs Wizard Extraordinary. I have a button for it, and this thing was expensive, so I'm using it. So, welcome again to Band of Bravos, where you guys get to help influence the game a little bit. Just so to kind of reestablish once more for all the new people who might be coming in and stuff, on how we like to do things here. So you might see above our heads that we have little coins on top of it. Those are called hero points in Pathfinder Second Edition, and we use those to reroll our rolls to make them worse. Or hopefully what we want is to make them better. You are able to contribute to make that better, to where you can use your channel points that are in chat by just watching Paizo streams. You can accumulate them, and then whenever we do our sessions like this, you can spend them to either help us basically re-roll things. You can use them just like how Bardic won there to give Roark one, which all I do is press a button, and he now has a point. And of course, Shensen got another one. There you go. Come on, Shensen. There we are.
No.
So now they have two. Now we use those to re-roll and to hopefully get a better result. But if you really don't like us, if you just look around and go like, wow, I really don't like that Lord character. Lord's just a cranky old wizard and nobody likes him. Then you can give Jason Bowman a villain point. It's a little bit more expensive because I don't like dying. But you were able to give him one. It's like, don't you shake your head at me. I'm a wizard extraordinaire. I'm supposed to survive.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Unlike some other games I play where as soon as I get shot once, I'm like immediately down. So Jason is merciful as he is benevolent. But that is how we like to run the stream here. And we appreciate you all coming back for another fantastic adventure of Band of Bravos. And Jason, what unfortunate events do you have for us today?
Well, thank you. When we last left our intrepid band of adventurers, they were down in Kobold Town, having traveled there at the behest of the Goblin King, King Brightcrown, to attempt to negotiate a settlement with the orcs that had taken over a nearby mine, a mine that King Brightcrown sees as vital to his the prosperity and continued growth of his kingdom. After much trials and tribulations, making your way down through deep gnome lands and dealing with Durgar, eventually you arrived at Kobold Town, only to get there in the middle of a giant festival. The Final Egg Festival was a riotous affair filled with arena matches and feasts. And throughout all of this, you found yourselves in the middle of an attempted schism within their faith dedicated to the Mother, apparently a dragon that tamed this place centuries ago. And upon her passing, after a titanic battle with some lords of the earth, apparently left behind one final egg that is that no one seems to know where it is, and the festival celebrates this hope for renewal. And however, you arrived and were dragged into all of this, and we're in the middle of a schism within the faith. Apparently, there are some within the faith that believe that this eternal vault should belong only to the kobolds, and everyone else should be expelled. This Ashvanir kobold attempted to kill the high priestess Golgama, and you intervened and saved the day. As kind of heroes of the town, you were put up in the Cracked Fang, a rather nice tavern where you weren't put up there just yet. You were sent there to have a feast and recover a bit. However, upon arriving, you had your feast and you began talking to the the innkeep Snelk, and it's at this point that you found out that there weren't going to be any rooms available in town. With the festival going on, every inn was booked, and unfortunately, Snelk did not have a room to give you, complaining that his guest house was in a state of sorry disrepair after he leased it out to a drow who wrecked the place. You offered to go and clean out the oozy, slimy place, and in response, Snelk agreed to allow you to stay there for a little while if you cleared it out. You know, a couple days. So you went out back, and it's at that point that you went out to the guest house in back, and there you learned that not everything was as it appears. The guest house itself was filled with slime and oozes, and in the bedroom there was a cavernous drop down below. Well, after dealing with the oozes up above, you sealed off the door and managed to get some rest. The next day, you ventured downstairs, and upon exploring the kind of downstairs cavernous area, you quickly came to realize that there was more oozes down here. This one, a terrifying gray ooze that nearly spelled the party's end. However, you did manage to defeat it, and you holed up in a corner to lick your wounds a bit, and after an hour of doing some bandaging and restoring yourself, you heard some kind of wet, slimy noise coming from somewhere nearby, and you heard a voice call out, "Who invades my lair?"
Oh, that's right. I forgot we had all these extra sloppy noises from your new microphone.
That's right. Yeah.
It's if I apologize for interrupting your story real quick. I think yesterday was your birthday. Was it?
You are correct.
So
yeah.
I like at least like to take a moment. I want to do this in the intro, but I skip my mind. I apologize. But first, happy birthday, and I hope chat can say happy birthday to Jason and everything, and for being with Paizo since 5 million years ago. So
yeah, well, I appreciate.
So give him all of your villain points, and we will suffer.
I'm not sure it's really needed. I mean, I've got you guys pretty much on the ropes as it is. So,
I mean, we already have. James already has 2 villain points. Jason has 3, and it's to the detriment of us all.
Thank you, everybody. I do appreciate that. And yeah, I had a good fine day off, in which I spent the day playing some video games and drawing some more maps because I enjoy doing that. And yeah, I've been having a good time. So thank you. So
and you can always get these maps of Roll20 that he's been making.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, all these map tiles, especially these cavern ones. These are from the cavern set. I'm also going to be showing off some stuff from my new set that I'm working on, but we'll deal with that later. All right. So that's where we left off. Was the group up here in the corner there, resting, and that's when you heard the strange sound from somewhere in the nearby distance.
Is it this shape? Is this Batman? Is that the shape right here that's coming after us?
That is not Batman. No.
Can it please be Batman? Well,
no, it cannot be Batman. No, you do not have enough hero points to summon Batman.
I don't think we have enough money to bring Batman.
Yeah, there is also the licensing fee, which we also cannot afford. All right, so we will pick up right where we left off. You hear this noise somewhere out in the distance. It's you're not sure where, but maybe this way, maybe over this way. It's coming from somewhere down there. What do you do?
Roark turns to Ilana and says, Ilana, you don't happen to have any more healing magic on you by any chance?
My wand might be able to work. How are you feeling, Roark?
Still pretty bad, nearly dead.
Well, I
got better from that.
Oof, 1 action, 2 action. I could.
Have you used the wand already?
I've used my spells. I don't think I've used the wand yet.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I'm all out of spells, but I think my wand should be okay, and I think I'm just going to go all of us 3 action heal unless there's something creepy within range.
Oh, there's nothing creepy we've hurt
not?
in range.
Yeah, there you go.
I suppose everybody could use a real quick heal up before we delve deeper into mysteries and grossness.
Angry Slobbermouth probably is, ooh, yeah.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. It's the
Thank you
luck,
kindly.
it's the luck of my birthday spilling over into the stream. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Yeah, birthday luck.
Speaking of which, I'm going to need everyone to bounce
look.
me.
Oh, look, it's that turn order I don't like. Let me guess. Let's click our tokens and roll for initiative and then die.
I'm just saying.
I got a 24.
I may need folks to roll initiative.
How do we roll initiative against something we can't even see?
I should have used one of those actions to send some fairy dancing lights to go see if we can see it.
Oh, you get to do those are so sparkly.
Gosh darn it.
There's that.
I assume we heard the voice to the south.
Yeah, you heard it. I mean,
Coming from the direction of the south, correct?
yes, correct.
Right.
I didn't
Good
know-
luck, Rourke.
I do like, it's certainly not like spoilers popping up in your initiative rolls, I assume.
I forget that you all can see the chart. All right, fine.
Why can it
I
talk?
hate it when it does that.
I see these ancient texts that says Ooze Mephit Wizard, but I can't understand what that means.
You know, I'm just gonna have to start renaming my tokens like mysterious thing X. Don't look at this.
Or just a bunch of question marks.
Or in all caps, stop cheating.
Yeah.
Stop metagaming, guys.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a setting that I'm missing that's like keep the GM roles secret until I tell you otherwise.
There should be one somewhere.
There probably is, and I'm just not aware of it. All right,
That's not
so
nearly as fun.
Doesn't matter. Just semantics when we're gonna die in here anyway.
well, no, it's fine. All right, so let's see. Top of the order, Lorne. You have initiative, although you are unsure.
What is about?
What's going on down there? Yeah.
And I'm the only one who has light.
Correct.
So, so I turned to my friend saying, I hear something in the south. I'm not quite sure where it came from. Should we retrace our steps or?
Can we even retrace our steps?
I mean, a path is right there. I wouldn't like
It's
to
the
go
way
down the
out.
narrow way. I mean, I don't know if this
I
loops
wouldn't like
around.
be caught on a rope with something coming up from under us.
So do you want me to go on this left side or the right side?
We'll follow your lead.
Okay, we'll go the narrow, dangerous way. Say it loops around. Say just fine, just fine. I will, spend 2 of my movements basically... Oh, I see them. I see them down there. I will, there they are! And so I basically alert to my friend, like, I see them! And last I remember, they were pretty much... they weren't resistant to electrical arc, last I remember. So I will spend that one action moving up, and regardless, I will actually, I'll need to edit it, because we haven't done that thing yet. And I will cast electrical arc upon the one that I can see straight in front of me.
Yeah, it's just within range.
Exactly. So, kapah! Reflex save.
All right.
Need to
You
make a
wander
19.
around the cavern, and you're kind of in front of this pool of slime. It looks like over the night it's formed a bit of a skin on top of it, although you're not sure if it'll support weight. And off in the distance, you see kind of oozing up out of the ground is this puddle of goo, and quite suddenly you unleash electricity at it. The blast goes flying through the air, and it fails its save, so it is going to take 8. Make
And so does its other friend?
I think the other friend is out of range. So I think you're only hitting one.
Is it within 10? Basically, I could double check the thing. I think it's within 10 or so. But there's another thing that's within...
Well, no, they both have to be within range, and only one of them is.
And does it arc around to them?
Nope.
That's garbage! My wizard spells have failed me!
Yeah, I mean, there you go. There's your 30 feet.
It's okay.
The other one's
obviously,
too far away.
obviously I am yelling like, they're down here! Roark, save me!
All right. So you unleash a blast of electricity that goes arcing across its surface. You see it burn and bubble, but fortunately, you're far enough away that you don't smell it. Okay. That was Lauren's turn. Roark, Thunderbird, it is your action.
Okay. Aha. If I move myself to this space here is just the end of my movement. Is this edge of this goo causing difficult terrain?
You can hop over that. That's fine.
One move for me.
The center of it you would have to jump, but the edge like that you can just jump. You can just hop over.
I'll just get right up in front, and I will. Can barely see that thing, so
I believe in you, Roark.
Call out to it. Come and get it.
Just a little
I'll raise up my buckler. Oh wait, hold on. You did an electrical arc. I could do an electrical arc too.
What are your targets for that?
Oh, where I can see, if I can see the one here, but if I can catch that little bit that I can kind of see there, I'll try to catch that one.
Well,
too.
if you can see it, you can see it. I mean, that's the advantage of line of sight. If your pawn can see it, then that works.
So,
Yeah, you're fine.
yeah, so that one and that one.
Gotcha. All right.
Excellent job, Roark.
Okay, let me go ahead and roll a pair of reflex saves. Roark goes running up past Lorne, and with some squawks and arcane movements of beak, unleashes another blast of electricity. The first one is going to fail. The second one is also going to fail. So both are going to take 7.
I cheer Roark on.
Maybe as I ran by Lauren, I kind of grabbed some of his electricity and pushed it out further.
Yeah, it's teamwork. It's like a little bit
Teamwork.
like, here you go, Roark, like passing, like it's like passing a football. He was like, here's some electricity. Figure that out. Just rubbing your feathers together and making static.
Oh, did you brought a balloon down here?
Yeah, I'm just
Of course.
All right. So after unleashing a pair of
Shensen.
electric arcs, we now go to Shensen.
All right. I'm fiddling around with my token here. I am going to move down between these two fellas,
Hi, fellas.
Okay.
and I'm going to throw out a lingering composition. So that'll be a perform check
All right.
to get us some bard music going. And that's a 28. Ooh, is that a
That is
crit?
a critical success.
Yay! So that'll keep my bardic music going for 4 rounds, and I will cast shield,
All right.
and I'm done.
Yes, very good. Okay. So Shensen moves up, casts shield, and performs a lingering melody that hangs in the cavern, reverberating off of its walls. That is Shensen. You hear a voice call out as the electricity arcs through that back cavern. You hear a voice that says, "Ah, we wish to deal in the arcane. So be it." And hopping, flapping out of the back chamber is this lithe, slime-covered humanoid. It has long ears like an elf, but its body looks like it's made out of green jello. It is transparent in places, and you can see odd squelching organs inside. Membranes flap from underneath its arms, making rudimentary wings. And as it comes hopping and jumping out of there, it gets to that spot there and unleashes a blast of ooze. This is going to be centered on Shensen.
What?
Hey, it's reflex save at 0. That's easy.
I thought I had that tied together. Apparently, I didn't enter it the right way. Why don't all of you go ahead and... wow, I really screwed up that spell. Okay.
It's okay.
This is what I get for trying to build a new spell into Roll20. All right. Can I get everyone to give me a reflex save? Everyone except for Ilana.
I'm way out of the way. So
Yeah, you're way out of range.
I made a 24.
Got a 22. Jason, what flavor is this? Is this mint or lime?
It's definitely lime.
Oh, that's good. That's kind of delicious. I don't get any in my mouth. That's gross. It's ooze.
I got an 18.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. So, there it is. Okay. So, wow, I thought I had that all put together. I guess not. I built it the wrong way. Okay. So, easy enough to figure. Okay. Yes. Let me go back up here.
Shensen, look out! There's weird ooze flying dangerously through the sky, so slow as if some magical force is making it work correctly, and it's going to get into your hair.
Well, I hope nothing gets in your mouth because you wouldn't be able to talk as much. That'd be a tragedy.
Now, you love me. Don't sass me.
So after it weaves its hands, and as it does so, like ribbons of slime are flying off of it as it's finishing off this spell, and it finishes it, and the ooze puddle beneath you suddenly forms a giant bubble that just bursts and splatters all of you with ooze. And although you know this ooze is just gross, the ooze that splatters out from this bubble is caustic and begins to burn you. I rolled the wrong dice. Ignore that. Ignore that!
I'm ignoring it for now.
For now.
I couldn't even see it.
So, it's going to be 5 points of damage, although it's halved for Shensen and Lorne because you made your saves. So, the two of you only take 2, and Roark, you take 5.
Ah! This isn't lime at all. It tastes like burning.
All right, and that would be the end of the Oozomancer's turn. Ilana.
I regret my earlier statements. Everybody make your way over to the rope, please. All right. I am going to move around the other side because it's very crowded over there. Oh, hey, look, we still have dancing lights on me. That's very useful. And I should be able to shoot fire straight over these rocks and cracks in this pool of ooze, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Marvelous. So I'm going to produce some flame.
All right.
That does not probably beat his AC,
yeah,
does
your ball of flame goes soaring past and does not manage to hit. That would be the end of Ilana's turn. Next up, come squelching, squeezing, popping out of the darkness are a pair of gross piles of ooze. Let's see, that's one action for each of them. Then we'll go. All right. So this ooze spent its entire turn just moving. This ooze spent one action moving, and then with its second action is going to strike out at Roark with a pseudopod. But that is going to miss. What's my situation with villain points, by the way?
You got 0.
Full up.
I'm full. Oh, well, I'm not anymore, because I'm going to re-roll that. Ah, it's worse.
The curse have won! Jason.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if everyone else wants to agree, but for your birthday, and you guys also make the game, I'm okay with you using another point to re-roll that.
Nah, it's fine. I'll abide by the rules. You're just trying to get me to burn all my villain points, you bastard. All right, so
don't point out my plans like that.
I'm gonna take that as a miss, and then I'll swing with my third action and hope it's better. See, there we go. See, the game rewards me for following the rules. That's how this works. So that's clearly going to hit you, Roark. That's a 22.
Yep, just hits me.
Yeah. So take 3 points of bludgeoning damage and 1 point of acid damage. All right, that would be the end of the Ooze's turn. Lauren, we're back to the top of the order. It is your turn. What do you got for me?
Excellent. So I think I only have like one spell slot left to do a shocking grasp. And I look at the other wizard. And like, of course, if I'm wrong, correct me, because it's obviously we've been a break. So I look at the other wizard, and just mentally in my mind, I'm like, wizard battle, wizard battle, wizard battle, wizard battle, wizard battle. I had to make my feet, and then I basically look dead into its eyes as I prepare things, and I just yell at the top of my lungs, wizard battle, outsucking grasp.
Ah, crap.
And I'm gonna spend a hero point because I don't think a 16's gonna do it. And it's worse. That's a natural one. Why is it always
Peyton?
a self-fulfilling prophecy?
I was gonna remind you about the bard bonus, but it looks like you got that included.
I don't. Whatever. For my free action, I cry.
So, Peyton, did you include the bard bonus? I'm not seeing it.
No, I did not. Not in the 16 roll.
Okay. So here's the thing, and I want you to understand how much this pains me.
Oh.
It really does.
Please, no, just move on. I don't need you to torture me. Don't you?
No.
Don't you say it.
No. You can have the hero point back because your first roll was a hit.
Okay. But
see, I want you to understand. This is my benevolence for the year.
Okay. Thank you for your benevolence. I'll take the 16 with the bard bonus.
So I'm gonna take, but I am taking the damage roll that came with that.
That's fine. That's understandable.
So it's only gonna do 5. It was a terrible damage roll, but it did hit.
And Thirsty gave you another villain point. So.
Aw.
People who think that that's benevolent, I would like to point out that giving Peyton back a hero point is actually just going to make his life worse.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess it is +1 damage because of Bard, sure. All right.
Yay!
So your arc of electricity arcs out and hits the Oozomancer, who's like, but is still up and fighting. That would be the end of Lauren's turn. Roark, Thunderbird, it is your turn. What do you got for me?
I've got a short sword, and this Ooze's name is on it.
Is it? What a coincidence.
Sure, I don't know if it has a name, but it's a 13 to hit for 3 damage.
A
All
13 will indeed hit.
Oh, slash. Oh, right, I forgot. Before, we were bashing this thing with a shield, weren't we? Does the damage...
You were
the piercing damage go through?
Gray Ooze with a shield.
Okay. Does this damage go through at all, though?
Yeah. It looks like you hit it hard enough. The Gray Ooze looks like it had some sort of meniscus on it that gave it some sort of resistance to harm. This is just a pile of slime. These seem very similar to what you fought up in the cabin up above.
Right, well, then I'm going to continue on.
All right.
This is my second attack.
Ooh,
10 to hit.
That's a new bit of functionality.
Yeah, it's a new function on the Roll20 character sheet.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that is going to hit as well for another 5.
Right. Then I'll spend my third action to raise my shield.
All right. The slime in front of you looks like it's taking quite the beating, but it is still coherent. Is that the way to describe a pile of
Makes
angry slime?
It still looks very viscous today.
Yeah. Well, it did its hair. Shensen.
All right. Keep my lingering performance going, and how foolish do I feel like being? I'm gonna move to here, and then I'm going to stab this sloppy-looking fella right there with my scimitar.
All right.
So that's a 21 for 4 slashing damage.
That is certainly a hit. For 4.
Yeah.
All right.
It's still.
Yeah, it's still there. It's looks diminished.
I'm gonna hit it again.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hero point that roll to re-roll it.
All right.
That's not much better. That's a 12.
A 12 does hit, but I'm not seeing a damage roll.
Yeah, it's not adding the damage in. I'll just do that separate here. That's 5 slashing.
5 slashing. All right. Yeah, I mean you're slicing away at it and just like
ooh, it's 6 slashing because of my scimitars.
Cool.
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and take off the hit point. That's fine. Yeah, you're like splattering it here and there, but it's still managing to maintain some shape.
All right.
All right. I think that was all 3. Yep, you moved and attacked twice. All right. All right. Next up, the Oozomancer. Seeing you make your way up, the Oozomancer is going to spend 1 action to move back.
We can also call him a splattercaster.
Splattercaster? Yeah.
Oh, he ran away.
Yeah, he moves back, and then he is going to. I'm sure I didn't build this the right way in here. Maybe I did. Let's give it a shot and see if it works. He is going to weave his hands together, and he is going to unleash a bolt, a blob of green goo that goes flying from his hands to strike out at you. Armor class 23.
Am I the you it is attacking?
Correct, Shensen. Yes.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right. You are hit by a glob of acid. It does 9 points of acid damage.
All right.
And it is... you can feel it still burning on your flesh.
No! It's sticky.
Indeed. And he calls out, I'll feed you to my ooze pit.
Ew.
Ilana, it is your turn.
I regret all of my decisions that led us to this point, and this ooze directly in front of me is about to get a face full of flames.
Oh,
yay.
No. I mean, oh no for the ooze.
Aw, yeah.
That's a 20.
28
That
total.
is going to be a critical hit. Unfortunately, the ooze is immune to critical hits. So it's only going to take half that. It's only going to take 3. Although with bardic music, it's actually 4. So
Yay.
I don't think
I'll
that's
take
just the critical.
No, that's just the basic damage, it
That's
looks
just
like.
the basic damage, yeah. So it should be 7.
Oh no, you're right. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Look at that. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Good job, Ilana.
So the flame slams into the ooze and it bubbles and burns and.
And I still have
But it's
1
still
action, and I have this here
Correct.
staff in my hand, and I would very much like the ooze to back off. So I'm going to take this here staff, and I'm going to swing it at the ooze as well.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and swing away.
15.
Well, it's actually only going to be a 10, but that is
10.
still going to hit, so it'll take 4.
Plus bard.
5.
5.
Let's see if I can hang. Let's see here.
I really should just make a modifier token set to throw into the play area for this. That's terrible. What are you doing?
Plus 1.
What,
Everybody.
Get out of here. It's awful. Need my play area marred by your chicken scratch.
It's my shiny golden barding.
Ugh.
I regret my past words. Might I suggest a tactical retreat? Back up the rope if we can.
I'm not afraid of no splattercaster. We can win.
Are you afraid of not having any heals?
Did you say afraid? That's scary. Yeah, I am. Now I'm frightened.
Women's not riding from this fight, Ilana. We are the band of bravos, and I see a wizard duel in front of me.
Here, there's a little
Alright.
nice floating
Speaking of
polite
which.
+1 to hit. There. All right.
Yes.
All right. Okay, that was Ilana. Next up, the oozes are going to go. This ooze right here is oh, good lord.
For anyone watching this only audio wise, they type +1 to hit, and James decided to make it very sparkly with a very crude star drawing.
Yeah. It's a glorious star drawing.
You are all bad people. All right, a 1/2. It's going to attack Shensen. 3/4. It'll go after Roark because it's an ooze and doesn't think. All right, it's going after Roark. Here it comes. The ooze is going to swing out at you with a pseudopod, Roark. Here it comes. Armor class 10 is going to miss.
Miss.
Will attack again.
Oh no!
Always with the criticals. Always with
That
the
is
criticals.
a critical hit.
Is that a hit to your craw or your gizzard?
Both.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is going to be 6 bludgeoning and 8 acid.
All right. Okay. I'm still standing.
Hit you right in your beaky bits. All right. And then with the third and final strike, it's going to swing out, but that's going to have no chance of hitting. The other ooze is going to attack Ilana. Its pseudopod reaches out for your legs, attempting to pull them out from underneath you. Armor class 19.
That hits.
Take 3 points of bludgeoning and 3 points of acid damage. With its second attack, the second pseudopod comes swinging around, and that is going to hit as well for another 7 damage and 3 acid.
Yes, I would very much like to retreat now.
You're still up, though?
I'm still up.
It attacks a third time.
Uh-oh.
How dare?
But that's going to miss. Yeah, no chance on that. All right. That would be the 2 oozes. They both bubble and burp and as they try to consume you. However, they do not yet manage to do so. Lorne, it is back to you. You may
Of
think
course
you're
it
in a wizard battle, but the other wizard ignored you.
Oh, that's
dare he?
Well, that's just rude.
I shout to him going, I demand to be respected, Electric Arc!
Grisfell,
Draw
by the way,
fire.
pops out of the staff as you're doing that and like pats you ghostly on the shoulder. He's like, there, buddy. Happens to all of us.
Thanks, Grizz. So I cast Electric Arc at him, and I am in range of the second target will be the one near Ilana.
All right. All right, great. So let me go ahead and roll a reflex save. I'm going to roll for the Oozomancer first. Let's see. It's going to make it dead on, so he's going to take half.
And then for Ooze.
Let's see, 8. So it's going to be 4. All right, there's that. And then the Ooze. Oh boy. Come here, Ooze. Oh! Critical failure. And we'll take, let's see.
Double.
16? Yeah.
Bard
that-
bonus.
Yeah, that's with the bard bonus. That was no, I know. You don't have to ping it. All right. All right. Yeah.
So it takes like 14 damage, right? The ooze?
It took it. Yeah, I mean it's really badly hurt. Let's see here. Yes. Okay.
And for my last thing, I'll cast shield on myself.
All right. Yeah. I think I might have missed the persistent damage on the produce flame. Yeah, I did, because you got a crit. It may be immune to the critical hit damage, but I don't think it's immune to the critical effect. So it is still on fire. I'm going to go ahead and give it an extra D4 damage, and then we'll see if that goes out. Only one.
I'll still take it.
Well, enough to make a difference. However, I am going to go ahead and roll the flat check to see if it ends. And it does. Okay. Well, so nice and tidy on that. Okay. So that would be Lauren's turn. You unleashed a black electricity, cast shield.
And I am now done.
Answer, you're still not sure if he's paying attention to you.
Hey, I demand respect. I am a
Roark, it is your turn. Roark, it's up to you. What do you got from?
Yes. All right. I've got another. Gotta finish this dang ooze off here. Oh, these damage rolls are so poor. But that is a 27 to hit and 2 points of piercing damage.
That is certainly going to hit. Is a crit like twice over almost if this crit. But it can't.
Here comes the second attack.
Yes.
Oh my god. It's a D6. I should be able to roll more than a 1 on it.
That's still probably a hit.
Would you like to reroll? You have 3 points.
It is a reroll. No, or sorry, that is.
No, this is my second attack. I'm not gonna. No, it's fine.
Unfortunately, it's still up. These hits continue to carve away at it, but it is not taking care of business.
Final hit.
This thing looks very badly hurt.
Ooh, there you go.
6 damage on that final hit.
So with that final strike, you finally managed to get, some results on this wretched thing, and with that, you manage to finally put an end to it.
Yay!
Huzzah! Good job,
One
Roark.
down.
I'm handling this wizard.
Yeah, help Ilana.
I did. Did you not see the?
No, you did. You did. I was. Yes, I meant Shensen there. Shensen.
Hi.
Ilana.
All right. I'll do that because it was my idea, but I'll also make sure you feel like it was your idea, and we're all working together.
I know you do what you want.
Yay! That's the important part.
It is critical. All right, so that would be Roark's turn. Roark managed to take care of the ooze. Next up is Shensen. Shensen, you are still burning from the glob of acid that hit you, by the way.
I am. So does that mean I have to make a flat check to cast spells?
So no, it doesn't mean that.
Right.
At the end of your round, you're going to take some damage and get a flat check to see if this ends.
Okay, that's fine.
You can also spend actions to get free flat checks, with each action getting you, another free flat check to attempt to make it to end.
All right. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call over to Ilana and say, "Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just think about happy thoughts and all of the fun times you had, and here's some soothing. 5 points of healing."
Thanks for trying.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. My lingering composition continues to go, and I'm going to try to stop this stanky ooze from doing stuff by kind of flicking my hands around and just kind of wiping it off and trying to just get rid of it.
All right, so if you want to spend an action on that, you can go ahead and bounce a d20 and see if you can end it before you take the damage.
End it!
Yeah. Look
Yes.
At that.
Yeah, that's all the training I've had from like ignorant people throwing rotten food at me when I'm trying to perform, and they were actually aiming at the person next to me who failed,
Sure.
but they hit me instead because they can't aim. That's my story. I'm done.
She's sticking to it.
Story.
Well, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So actually, funny enough, it is looking it up. It is 2 actions, so that eats up the rest of your turn without a problem. Or actually, sorry, wait.
No, if it's 2 actions, I can't do it. So
Oh yeah, no, you can't. But
Then
we'll call that your flat check. You're just gonna.
oh, okay. Well, then
Yeah.
for my 3rd action, I'll just throw a shield up.
All right. Yeah. I was just like, wait, is that 1 action or 2? I had to look it up. So I got it. All right. So let's see. You're gonna take 4 points of damage at the end of your turn, but then the acid does come to an end. All right. That was Shensen.
I'll give that splattercaster the stink eye for reasons.
Well, the reasons being he's attempting to kill all of you. I mean,
That's one of them. It's also
Right.
because he smells funny, and because his wings kind of are the wrong color. They advertise lime flavor, but it's awful.
I'm sure that's it. So the Oozomancer moves, shifts over a hair, and looks to you, Lorne, and is like, die, and unleashes another blob of acid.
Come on, hit me with your best shot. Come on now. You can't defeat me. I'm Lord the Magnificent. That'll hit.
The blob of acid goes streaking out across the cavern, slams into you for 11 points of acid damage. And you are also now burning with persistent acid damage. All
I
right.
scream as I burn.
Very good. Yeah. Well, that tends to be how it works. So that would be the end of the Oozomancer's turn. Next up, we move to Ilana. What do you got for me?
I am very tired of this ooze directly in front of me, and the fact that the fire went out is not at all acceptable. So we are going to set him on flame again.
Sure.
Do we have bard bonus? Does 10
Yes,
hit?
we do have
10
hard
does
bonus.
hit. No, a 10 totally hits. These oozes have nothing for AC. So, and your flame slams into it, and it kind of just like ruptures. And within seconds, all that remains is kind of a greasy black stain on the ground as this thing bubbles away to nothing.
Good job, Ilana.
Yay,
Good
thank you.
job.
I have 1 action left.
You still have 1 action left.
I am going to grip my staff and prepare myself for what this Oozomancer decides to do. Can I delay that last action or just not?
Remember before when I was super benevolent?
Uh-oh.
When I told Lauren, don't worry about it. You actually hit.
You're going to have to undo that benevolence, right?
I am.
It's a natural
'cause that
one.
that was actually a crit fail. I checked the math. So that's actually going to miss. So you want to spend that hero point? Ilana?
I suppose.
Yeah.
That's another one. Hooray!
No.
So instead, I'm going to take my staff
So let me
and I'm going to. Do I still have my 1 action left?
Yeah.
You do still have 1 action.
I'm going to whack it. I'm going to whack it. Ugh.
And it's an 8 total.
+1.
9.
So that is actually unfortunately lower because the spell was an attack. So that's a miss.
Oh, Lorne.
What?
Yeah, this is Lauren's fault somehow.
I didn't know it.
Spend another hero point.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can spend another hero
You
point.
do
You
have
can roll
1 point
double
left.
digits.
Up to you.
I'm going to hold it. I'm going to save it. We're going to have other
Okay.
problems in the future.
All right. Now the ooze is gonna go next. You know that, right?
Heck.
Spend it.
To whack it with the staff again?
Yeah.
It's
I
up
do
to
it
you.
on your.
Yeah, you rolled a 3 on that.
Yeah,
I have
There's
faith.
nothing
way,
else
way
I
better.
can do.
I have
mean,
faith that,
All right.
your
If
heroics
this
will
goes
splatter
wrong,
it,
I'm blaming all of you.
except me. Yay! I helped. No, wait, maybe not.
That's 14 minus the 5, so 8 and 9.
That's a 14 minus
Minus
5. That
five.
is a 9,
Uh-oh.
which hits
Yay! See?
Hooray!
Oh,
and does
4
just
damage.
enough damage to splatter the ooze.
Hooray!
So
Hey, a lot of
There you
emotions
go.
had to happen to make that happen.
There you go.
And you got 2 hero points back. So thanks to chat.
and
Thank you, chat, for the
well,
hero points.
You should thank chat, but chat is also the one that were like, "Hey, that was a 1."
No, I thought that was Lauren's fault.
That was the
Didn't we
hero
decide
points
that
and
was-
apology. For the hero points and apology for telling him it was a
I think
1.
it might have been. Yeah, no.
Oh,
it's,
that's true.
I had my stat blocks up over the dice rolls, so I didn't see that it was a 1.
Ooh.
Same. All the dice roll behind my character sheet, so I just have my little chart bar that says, "Oh, you attacked an 8."
Yeah, if it's highlighted as red, that's a natural 1. Or you roll the lowest you could ever roll for the natural die.
So
Oh, and I think green is
Green's a
the
maximum.
is a critical. So blame the chat, blame Lorne,
Oh,
and
it's
blame
fine.
Jason for all the
Why-
emotions
why
I just
blame
went over
me?
in the last
I didn't
minute.
do anything. I'm fighting a wizard, and I helped you.
So that would be it for the oozes. So I'm just gonna skip right past them and go straight to Lorne.
Wizard duel.
Lorne,
Wizard
it's
duel.
your turn. You
My turn
are-
is wizard duel. Electric arc. Fire. Go.
Oh, I see. All
Wait,
right.
I don't like that roll. Like,
Too bad.
no. Well, I
I
can't
don't-
roll any worse, but no, we'll just keep it. I'm being dumb.
Well,
You also can't re-roll it because it's a D4, not a
yeah.
D20.
Yeah.
Well, the upside, I failed the saving throw. So I will take the 5 points of damage.
And then I'll
Plus
tap
1
my-
for Bard.
And so 6 damage total, and I'll tap myself and cast shield. And that is my turn.
The Oozomancer looks at you with rage in his eyes as he dances and jolts from the electricity.
What you gotta do
However-
about it, nerd?
he just snarls. It's not his turn yet. Roark, what you got for me?
I'm gonna be the jerk now because Lauren is burning with acid.
Oh,
That's
hey,
right.
yeah, no, good point.
Thank you for reminding me. I need to take damage. So how much damage? do
Oh,
I take?
yeah.
4 points of damage. As the acid continues to burn you, you get a free flat check to attempt to end it. So just bounce a d20.
Sure thing. Oh, that is that's a failure.
Yeah, it's not going to do it. All right.
Ouch.
That's my life.
That's a goose. Yeah. All right. So that is going to fail. Roark, it is your turn. I see that you are moving forward.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna move up to here as one action. I'm gonna take a
Yeah.
second action to tumble through this guy's space.
Ooh, you're all shiny now. Good shot.
25 to tumble through him.
That will succeed.
That'll give me panache, and I just hope this guy has organs that I can precisely
You can
strike.
see
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh.
Oh, that was. Thank you. My final action is a stabbing.
Yeah, yeah. You can see like his squelching gross insides.
My final action is actually confident finisher.
Ooh, going straight for the jugular.
Yes. So a 20 to hit, 7 damage if it hits.
It does hit, and he does take the extra damage.
And
Yay.
he takes another 7 damage, so 14 damage. Oh, my damage again. I can do damage. Thank goodness.
So you see your rapier like slide into his flesh and burst weird, gross, bulbous organs inside of his torso, and he's just
Ew.
like, "Ah!"
Gross.
Is it like one of those 70s Jello molds, and then just taking a little like one
Yeah,
of those
you-
plastic swords and pulling an olive out of it?
Oh.
Yeah, well, you like skewered
Olives.
the pineapple chunk and burst a grape.
Oh. Yeah,
Shensen.
70s. It's the 70s Jello molds. They had savory shit in them.
It's like chunks of peanut butter and like cat kibbles and pieces of bark and like candied crickets. All right, I'm gonna move over to here and just kind of still making the gross face at like olives and Jello, and I'm gonna. All right, your days of spraying us with your filthy filth is over, little guy, and I'm gonna stab him.
Your days of spraying us with filthy filth.
Yep. So with flank and bard, that is a 21
A 21 will hit for 5
for
points.
for 6 points.
I like the enthusiasm in which you said to stab him.
Yes. And I will continue to vex him with the cutting edge of this scimitar that does a 21. A 21.
Is that with
That-
the
and
minus
that-
5 or?
That will be with the -5
That's the minus
for
5.
6
Nice.
points of slashing damage.
That's
The soothing sounds of
What is this,
Shensen's
turned into
scimitar.
a documentary.
Yes.
Or like just Pathfinder ASMR. Just
as we can see
Stab.
here,
Slash.
Bard is
Slash.
slashing with the
Stab. Bard bonus. Slash.
and everyone.
All right, I'm
sees
done.
that
I'm
it's
done
now
tormenting. Is he still
6
alive?
damage total.
Yes.
Oh, he took another damage then from my scimitar being forceful.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Whew.
I got
Is
it.
he, how about I guess I'm done.
Stop inventing more damage. All right, so you
Fabulous. I did a fabulous bonus.
you slash out at the Oozomancer, cutting more horrible wounds that are leaking some sort of clear green ichor out of it, and it is now its turn, and it is going to move
Oh,
back to here as it retreats back towards its cave.
He's running away.
And then it is going to unleash another burst of acid.
Bloodburst.
ew!
Ugh.
No.
It's not bomb.
Ooh.
Right there. Yeah, that was just about perfect too. Just about the right size. So that is only going to hit Shensen and Roark.
I assume there's a reflex save, right?
Correct.
That I'm re-rolling with my hero point spending.
Correct. Well, if that's what you're doing, yeah.
Oh yeah, 21 is
Right,
much better
yeah.
than a
So instead of a critical failure,
yeah.
you're both going to make it, so you only take half damage, which in this case is still 5 points of damage.
Oh no. I only had 4 hit points.
Ah,
Oh no!
you monstrous Jello monster!
I'll make new oozes out of your corpses.
No, you won't.
All right, so Roark, you go unconscious.
I sure do, and I'm dying 3 because of that previous fight. It was so bad.
What?
I think the wounded condition got removed. Actually,
Oh, did it? Okay. Whew. I wasn't sure.
yeah. The party had over an hour that they rested, kind of up in the alcove out there.
Okay. Yes, that's right. I'd forgotten
Whew.
so long. Yeah,
All right.
well, dying 1 then.
Yeah, just dying one. All right, Ilana, it is up to you.
How about not with some stabilize?
Yay.
Oh, that'll do it. That's
So
two
that's-
actions. Yeah.
2 actions. Shensen,
Hi,
are you okay?
I'm at about 9/24 or so, I would say, of my ability to withstand death.
All right, then I'm going to use
I'm
my
going to
last
start
action.
knocking people hero points.
I'm going to use my last action to get between them, so the next time I have a turn, I can heal them.
Yay!
Yeah, great. All right, sure, whatever. All right, so
Finish him off, Lauren.
let me go ahead.
I'm
Come on,
trying.
Lauren, wizard duel him into the dirt.
Next up, Lorne.
Okay, so important question. Does that acid damage begin at the beginning of my turn or at the end of my
It'll
turn?
be at the end.
Okay. So we're going to do this. I'm not going to move because I need to make that flat check as a thing so I don't die here. So I'm going to then look forward at him going, "You're not respecting the rules of the wizard. It is in the ancient text, ancient electric arc." And then I point and bzzzt, right back at him. And once again, only do 6 damage if he fails. So, and then he fails. Oh, he fails.
He does. If you only hadn't rolled the minimum damage. All
I
right.
know, right?
He looks horribly hurt. He's like holding in his gross, nasty, like transparent sausage for organs.
I'm gonna re-roll that flat check to not be dying anymore. And probably get worse.
The other.
I got 18.
But you won't make the flat check. All right. So the acid's ending, but you are taking 1 point of damage.
Oh, good. I have 4 left.
Oh, hey.
That's plenty.
Yeah. But it's to the point where I am living and he is not following the rules of the wizards. Roark, go get him.
Roark. Roark is actually unconscious right now, so let me move your initiative.
Why are you sleeping, Roark?
Shensen, it is up to you.
Well, my bard performance is over.
Oh no.
So let me just fix that real quick. And yeah. I am going to do something I haven't done yet. So I have to look this over real quick. I'm going to kind of give this guy, I can still see him. I'm going to give him kind of the really just stink eye and just really angry, you. And then I'm going to, my hair is going to kind of stand up a little on end as I like shoot angry thoughts into his brain.
Oh, hey, look at that. You cast your mind at him forcefully, and let's see how well he resists.
Poorly.
The Oozomancer is standing there, and suddenly he grasps his head and he's like, "Get out!" And you see like green ichor coming down his nose.
Oh, I'm totally popping a earworm song into his head. Meow 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 meow.
The cats!
I like
collapses to the ground.
You have the closed caption things, and all I see and it's like meow 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 meow.
It was a stress test for the setup. All right. Anyway, so I've got 1 action left, and
he collapses.
I'm just going to spend that action mocking him. Nice try, stupid.
Well, he collapses to the ground.
He is technically still alive, because that is not lethal damage. But
you are technically correct on that.
Yeah. So hopefully he understood that I called him stupid.
The cats.
Meow 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 meow.
So he collapses to the ground and
are you going to do a dishonorable end to the wizard duel there, Peyton?
The cave grows silent.
Is he still alive?
You go up and check, and yeah, he seems to still be alive, although barely.
I look to my team and I see Roark. Dadgone, Ilana, if you please.
Oh, I've already stabilized Roark. Is it too soon to do medicine?
I can throw a soothe on him if we're climbing up the rope and not going to fight anymore. I've got 1 spell left.
Yeah, I mean that's probably, it's been too soon for medicine.
All right.
Medicine.
And I've got no spells.
I'll ruffle Rourke's feathers and polish his beak and clean his toes, and he is soothed for 7 points of healing. Come on, little buddy, you're all right. You did a good job stabbing that man in his heart.
Did we get him?
Yeah, we got him good. Look, he's over there sleeping, and Lauren's going over.
I mean, he's still alive, Roark, if you wish to. He's alive. I'm just nodding my head over. I mean, I don't know if you want to interrogate him, but I'm not touching that.
I do want to talk to him.
So,
walk over there and I'm gonna grab him.
Now that you look at this individual, he's pretty weird. He has very elven features, despite looking like he's made entirely out of ooze and slime.
Oh, is this that drow that came down here and got the curse of the deep dank?
The curse of the deep dank. It could be. You're not sure.
I'm gonna go look at him and give him the occultism look over, like he's been reading weird books or something like that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an occultism check. That'll work.
Yeah, I've seen this before in books that I got the stink eye from the librarian when I checked them out, but it was only for research purposes. But they had a lot of pretty pictures, and I can't remember what they said. There was one picture that was a cow with the daisies, and I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, good job. You look and you're like, I don't know. This person clearly did something awful. There's some sort of profane rite they did to infuse their flesh with ooze.
Gross.
We know somebody who knows profane rites.
Ooh, is it Lauren? No, it's Griswold. Get the skull out. Ask him.
Griswold, they have questions.
Sup?
All right, ask him the questions.
So we got this weird guy down here. He's all slimy and he's not lime flavored, despite the labeling. It looks like he got some sort of like creeper goop or glue glob stuff going on. You ever see any of this before in your illustrious career as a tinkerer in things left best unsaid?
Close to me. Listen, just because I learned some necromancy doesn't mean I know every profane rite out there. They're not all the same, you know.
Well, look at this guy and prove us wrong then.
Yeah, right.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know?
You can.
Or occult, or if it's only occultism, I can do that too.
No. It's more than one thing. In general, you can roll lots of skills for things. It's just a matter of whether or not they'll give you the right information.
Yeah.
So Grizz looks at him and is like, yeah, so I don't really know specifically, but I've heard of some curses and some powerful transmutation magics that can do that to you.
What about like eating slime you find growing inside of a pool in an underground cave?
Yeah, that might do it.
I tried to affirm my knowledge with his. With glimpses.
Yeah,
I mean, it ain't gonna give me all of it, but yeah.
You're kind of in the same boat of thinking this is either some sort of malignant curse, or this was intentionally done through powerful transmutation magics, but you're not sure which.
As far as I can tell, he's weird. We can see where his dwellings are. I guess past through here. Excuse me. I look further in, which I assume was possibly his living area.
Ooh, let us know if you find any acid explosion traps.
So up here, you can see it looks like a pile of like old rags and blankets and stuff that is just covered in slime and goo. That looks like some sort of bed or nest for this oozomancer.
Gross.
But nothing else. Would you like me to
roll?
Well,
there's up there. There's also like a backpack, and it looks like some odds and ends, like a few pouches and stuff like that.
Yeah,
maybe
just basically someone just living in here. Okay. Well, it seems
looks like the oozomancer's stuff.
Well, it seems the previous residents wanted to make the thing up there more hospitable for him, and we have taken care of that issue. I think we are done here.
Wait a minute. You said there was stuff up there?
Yeah, there's stuff.
I'm gonna interrupt my post-battle ritual of casting overly prestidigitation.
Sure.
I'm gonna go up there and look at his things. Maybe there's clues as to who he was.
So you go up there and take a look at the possessions. So first of all, you find a spell book that is unfortunately so covered in slime and distorted that it's basically illegible.
Oh, Lauren, I disappointment up here, and I toss it down to him.
I dodge.
Yeah, it hits the wall with kind of a wet splat.
It just slides
and
down.
a bunch of pages come out, and it just kind of slimes its way down the wall.
I'm good, Shensen. I'm good.
I thought you liked books.
There's like
yeah.
leather boots and a cloak and gloves and a cloak, and all of this stuff looks very fine tailored make, but it looks like it's been thoroughly ruined by being covered in ooze and slime, some of which is acidic and has degraded the fabric.
Ew, I'm gonna vacuum it up with prestidigitation to see if anything has like survived this grossness.
So there is a strange symbol on the collar of the cloak. But you don't really recognize it.
Can I read it with like Undercommon or Aclo and make a society check to recognize it?
Yes.
I will re-roll that because not gonna abide that. Well, yeah, I guess I will. Yeah, it looks like what does it say? Spot? I think he had a pet.
Farfignugan? Yeah. So anyway, you can't make out what that reads at all. You do find a pouch that has coins in it.
Ooh.
Well, yeah. There. At first, you're like, oh, it's really light. There's only a couple coins in here, and then you open it up to realize that there are 3 platinum pieces, and 3 platinum pieces, 10 gold pieces, and 4 silver pieces.
Ooh. All right, I'll snatch that up.
And then there is a very nice dagger that is still in its sheath. The sheath is a little slimy and gross, but the dagger itself looks like it's in good shape.
All right, well, I'll grab that dagger and that cloak and then bring them back down and say, this stuff looks kind of fancy still, sort of, kind of. Do we have time for me to start read aura these things to see which ones are magic?
Well, I mean, yeah, you're not in combat anymore, so the party can kind of do whatever they want. I should note that I have checked my totals here, everybody, and congratulations, you have made it to 3rd level.
What?
Hooray!
Yay! I'm pushing buttons to make that for real.
So yeah, you've finally earned enough XP to reach 3rd level. Congratulations, everybody. So you probably want to get some rest, right?
Yes.
That way you can get all your new abilities and stuff. And I think everybody's pretty beat up.
Yeah,
so,
too.
I'm assuming you're going to leave here and go back upstairs.
Yep, and bring our stuff with us. This guy that this sloppy like little mephit fella, if he wakes up, he's gonna maybe come after us for revenge, but maybe he learned his lesson and will be a gentler, kindler person now that we've humiliated and robbed him. Right?
Maybe we put him out of his misery.
I'm just going up here, and whatever happens to him. Just it's the order of the Darklands, whatever. I don't know. Whatever happens.
All right, so you're going back upstairs?
Yeah.
All right. Brink?
Should we take him to milk?
Just bring me there if you please. So, as we're doing paperwork here, I mean, obviously things have changed. Like, also our AC. So, what is everyone's armor class now?
Ooh, 20.
You're now 20, Mr. For Roark Thunderbird.
21 with the shield up.
So it's by normal without shield. Just 20?
20, yeah.
Cool. And Ilana, I think your AC would be 18?
Yes.
Excellent. I will get that updated onto the thing.
Nice.
Ooh, that makes it real.
Right. So, You can also probably turn this Oozomancer over to the authorities. You're not sure what they have for justice here in Kobold Town?
Oh, that's true. Let's do that. Let's haul him upstairs and say this guy is. We found him staining the basement of a basement, and he's kind of a foul-tempered fella. I don't know. Do stuff to him. Whatever you guys do here.
Well, we'll do this and move everyone back upstairs.
Yeah.
And so everyone knows the HP has already been updated on the sheet, so that should be the current HP they got.
All right. So to keep things simple, you go and find your host, Snelk, who promptly arrives.
Hey, Snelk, this sloppy green guy look like the drow that you sold it to, but like a different color, and maybe
He's like,
greasier.
oh, gross. Yeah, I think that's him.
He, I think, had some sort of globs formation and melted through the floor and ended up like raising a little slime family down in the caves below. And
he was not that gross when he checked in. That's weird.
And that happens if you don't get sun.
Did he have another party member with him? Maybe a visitor at all?
No, I mean he was very protective of a pouch he had with him, but I didn't see anybody else with him. Like, he checked in.
Huh.
He still owes me money. Did you find any coin down there?
Absolutely
No.
not. He had no money on him.
Shensen, give me a deception check.
I would love to do just that thing. 23.
Snelk is like, oh, that's too bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, you kind of just maybe, if you want to go down there and look through the caves, it's got a lot of like acid and ooze monsters and stuff in there. So maybe cut your losses. Up to you.
Yeah, I'll see about getting my brother over here, my clutchmate. He'll come over and fix the floor.
Yeah, that's a good idea. There's a big hole there.
Yeah, no, that's no good. I got to get that fixed. So I'm gonna have my clutchmate come by and take care of that. I'll check. As for him, I'm gonna call the warden.
That sounds good. Maybe drag him outside so he doesn't stain the floor much more.
Oh, gross. Oh. Can you take him
Got
out?
him all the way up here.
I can't. I don't want to touch him.
Ooze. It's fine.
I've been casting prestidigitation. I ain't got no ooze on me.
He's like, well, one of you has clearly carried him
Well,
up.
maybe
so
if you drag him out here, you might be able to find money on him.
Well, I'll drag him out. I don't know why we're arguing about this.
He's like, you're a good egg. Sorry. Is that okay?
No, you come from eggs too, don't you?
Yeah.
Aw, that's so cute.
Oh, hey.
Well, it's not an insult.
Aw.
So he goes and gets the warden. He's like, I wonder who's the warden right now. It's not my turn. All right. Well, I'll go find the warden. And a little bit later, he comes back with the warden, and you quickly come to learn that each district of Kobold Town apparently has one warden assigned to it at a time, and the warden is just drawn from the local populace who serve for a brief period of time as the watch, kind of. So they take him away to go figure out what the deal is with him. You're not really sure what, but they take him away.
Look out, he's got the ability to make blobs of acid and stuff.
They're like, well, we'll keep an eye on him. So Snelk is like, all right, fair is fair. You cleared the place out for me. I really do appreciate it. I'll get my clutchmate to come in and take care of that hole in the floor. And I believe I said you can stay here for like
12 cycles.
3 days.
No, you said 12 cycles. I'm pretty
I
sure.
recall it being 2 weeks.
Yep.
You aren't going back on your word now, are you?
No, I just think we're having a little bit of a disagreement. So 5 days. You can stay
That's
for 5
less
days.
than half of what you promised me. And we cleared this, and we found your missing drow.
Yeah, but the drow didn't have any money, so I'm gonna need to be able to rent this place out soon. I'll still give you a discount though after the 5 days. How about that?
We'll
How
think
about this? You let us stay for 2 weeks, and we'll use your bar to put on a show for the Band of Bravos, and you can keep 30%.
What?
Huh.
We can keep 70. Hush up. I'm trying to get us room.
30%.
Gotta bring in a
Well-
lot of customers. Recoup your
All right,
costs
you're
and
gonna have to
gain
perform
more.
a lot though, and not just the lazy lunchtime shows. I'm gonna want you to do the busy nighttime shows. The crowds are harder to please for those.
Don't you worry a thing. We'll handle the crowds.
All right. Well, I'll come by and we'll figure out times and dates. That way I can post an ad. I mean, he makes his way back outside.
That little guy.
So at that, you are all left to your own devices, giving you plenty of time to rest up. Grisfell pops out of the staff and is like, "Whoa, well, you handled yourself pretty well back there. Good job. How was your first wizard duel?"
Oh, it was great. He respected me, and we agreed the terms, and we threw spells at each other, and I won.
He squirted snot on you. How is that respecting you? We need to find you a real wizard to fight, not a slimy, clear-skinned, gross.
I agree with that, Shensen, but I felt like I only had one spell to cast, Grizz. And,
Well, so did he.
And I know
and
you
your
have
spell-
this, and I know you have this book.
Grizz looks at you and is like, "Listen, Lauren, we haven't always seen eye to eye.
I don't think physically.
Mainly
we can.
because mine rotted away centuries ago. But
Hypothetically,
I think I can trust you with my book. I think you're ready. I'm gonna let you look at the first chapter. You don't look beyond that, though. I mean, that's where my secrets are. So I'm gonna let you look at these first bits. And he says, "Why don't you get it out?"
okay. I'm gonna flip open the book and start flipping through it.
Well, so you flip open the book, and at this point, like, most of the book is like one solid mass of pages, and you can't seem to open it.
Yeah,
And
it's like a
Grizz
block, and I
real-
can't flip it out or something.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a solid mass of pages. They turn and bend like they're individual pages, but you can't open them. And Grizz gets real close to it, and he whispers something, and all of a sudden, the first 5 or 6 pages suddenly flitter open, and now you can examine them.
Are there pictures in there?
There are no.
I covered the book, and for our break time, I'll start reading through the book.
So, as you go into break, I'll let you add these to your spell list. You learn that there are a number of spells in the spell book. You see all the cantrips, most of which you already have, all of which you already have. However, there are a few spells in there that I'm not sure if you have. So I'll tell you what they are. There is Ray of Enfeeblement, Fear, Fleet Step, Magic Missile, and Animate Dead.
Interesting.
I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone's going to camp down and rest up and gain your level, and that seems like the perfect time for us to take a little break. So we're going to go get ourselves another beverage and get ready for the second half of this exciting adventure. We will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. I hope you all stay tuned. We will see you on the other side of the break. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. When we went on break, the Band of Bravos had just completed a daring adventure down in the cave beneath their cabin, out behind the Crackfang Tavern, and had earned some rest. During this, they leveled up, and during the break, they've chatted about a couple things that they needed to figure out, and we'll kind of pick up right where we left off. I'm assuming you're all hanging out in your shack now.
Yeah, I've just been going through my book and everything else here on the chair.
So as you're going through your book, and Grisfell's book, Grisfell, like, whenever you're looking at his book, he's kind of over your shoulder, like, "That one's really good. I like that one." This one time, I cast that on an orc, and he ran away. It was great.
Gritchfeld,
Yeah. No, when you cast that, you got to make sure you twinkle your pinky finger. If you don't got a lot of this action, the spell isn't as good.
Oh, did you say twinkle? Are you doing bard stuff over there?
no.
Trying to do that.
No, I'm not going your territory. Actually, everyone, if you all could come here, please. I have a decision to make here. That I've been going through one of Mr. Gritchfield's spells here, and it is one to animate the dead. And
Gross.
Now, before you jump to conclusions, I only use that on willing skeletons.
That doesn't make sense. But still, it's it is to the point that you all indeed alive, Gritchfeld, and I think I could make some modification to this incantation to where we can give you a temporary body. And it comes to the point where I now have to ask the question, Gritchfeld, would you like to be part of the band of Bravos, and would you like to be part of the show?
Wait, you mean like on stage?
On stage.
I'm not really much for I'm not much of a singer.
Oh, you don't need to sing. You just need to move around. Maybe a stage hand or so. Maybe as a prop holder or something. What does the rest of us think about this? Regardless, I'm going to investigate in this spell.
It would be quite a special effect. We could teach you some stage combat, Grisfeld.
Oh, is that like do I have to learn how to be like a barbarian or a fighter or something?
No. It's all choreographed ahead of time.
Oh, so bard.
You can be improvisational if you don't have to choreograph everything if you got talent and skill and poise and panache. Panache, huh?
Oh, good, because I really didn't want to learn how to be a bard.
Yeah, don't worry, we got that covered.
So we all decided to bring him into the fold?
Well, if we don't, you'll sulk, so I think it's probably for the best.
Excellent. I'm glad I have negotiation power. I closed the book and go, then it's settled. So basically, I will then basically take the animate dead spell. And for those of you who don't know on stream, that's a spell from the APG. It is a level 1 spell. And do you mind if I... Yeah, for now. Would you like me to explain how this works? So people on stream can, basically learn how it works as a kind of preview of it?
Yeah, sure. You can describe how the spell functions. That's fine.
Okay, so for people that know, in the APG, which you guys haven't even got to see yet all that much, so we've done some previews over at PaizoCon, etc. Animate Dead is a 3 action spell, and you can heighten it up to various levels. So right now, if I just normally cast at level 1, I will summon a -1 undead creature, which I just take from the bestiary, and then off we go. But if I heighten it, it keeps going up in level. So the stronger that I decide to cast it, the stronger that this creature will be. So, so basically I'm going to take Animate Dead along with another spell, which is called Final Sacrifice. Which, when that comes up, we're not going to say what it is. That's another APG spell. But when I get to use it, I will then describe what that does.
Gris is like, I don't know that I want to be a part of that.
I've been thinking of this spell for quite some time, and I think you're going to absolutely enjoy it, Mr. Grisfeld. And of course, because I do level up, I did learn Animate Dead, and there's another spell that I also learned with the 2 ones I learned was Final Sacrifice and another one. So I'm excited.
Oh, good.
Boy, am I excited.
The wizard's laughing.
Not good.
It's
definitely not good for
wonderful. And
all right.
And there's some feats I took and all that, but we'll get to it when it comes up.
Mm.
And I looked at Roark, like, Roark, I see you got a new jig, a new step here and there.
Yes. After analyzing some of the fights that we've just had, I found that if when things try to attack me and miss, I can attack them back. It's a swashbuckler class ability called Opportune Riposte, and
Oh.
someone critically fails to hit me, I get a free strike or a disarm if I want to try to take someone's weapon away from them.
No,
And
you
it would have
could
been really
totally
handy
disarm
against
some of
those
those
oozes.
oozes.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
so everyone's had a chance to rest up, and time isn't really much of a factor here anymore. So I'm assuming, if the party wants to get a whole bunch of rest, you totally can, and you can get yourself back to full and heal up from the wounds and the trials of dealing with the Oozomancer and his slimy minions. During this, you're also able to heal back up. So I'm assuming it's like the next day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. That gives you some time to learn a spell or two. And as a wizard, you also get 2 more. The rest of you can also hone your new abilities. Many of those just kind of come to you as you level up. So you're all set on that front. The big question I have is, what does the Band of Bravos want to do next? You're in Kobold Town. You're here to find this orc emissary and attempt to negotiate with the orcs on behalf of the Goblin King. There's also a market here, presumably, that you could do some shopping. I know there was some talk about possibly transferring a rune from one weapon to another. So yeah, what do you feel like doing? Oh, you can also put on performances. You need to talk to your good host about scheduling some performances. So what do you want to do?
When was the last time we've had downtime?
Never.
Weird. As a matter of fact, never. We're 10 sessions in, and the party has not had a single moment's rest.
We've been so busy.
I
we
need a
haven't.
nap.
Napping in downtime. We should
Hmm.
probably go talk to those orcs, because that's the whole reason we came down here in the first place. So
I agree with
I mean,
Shensen.
Oh, you are an
Kinda maybe.
emissary, aren't you?
who, me? Or Lauren?
You do have the paperwork still, right?
Maybe. Was I supposed to keep it?
I take out the folder from my satchel and yes, Shensen still has the paperwork, and I
Oh, see,
just
the help has
place.
it. It's all
See,
good.
I placed the paperwork in Shensen's hand.
I autograph it.
That's it. No. I just, like, I stop it. Like, no, don't.
Oh, I
don't
thought
write
you
on
wanted
it.
an autograph. Well, yeah.
This is
You've already
probably
autographed
happened
it.
like
That's why
2
you
or
became
3
the
times now
emissary.
by this point. All right,
Yeah.
so you can, if you want, go and attempt to find the orc emissary and see if there's anything you can do there.
So,
is that what you're?
Yeah, and our goal there was to talk to the orcs to maybe
Well,
share their mine.
If you recall, King Brightcrown said, kind of at via any means possible to secure this mine. That the good King Brightcrown views this mine as his. It's on his land, and he believes that he needs to secure it for his kingdom's prosperity. And he asked you to come down here and treat with the orcs, because if you recall, the miners went into the mines, and then there was some fight with orcs from down below. A bunch of miners were killed. The orcs had taken over the place, and you yourselves were driven away from it by the orcs. So yeah, I mean, you're not entirely sure what you're going to expect here, but the thought was to come down and talk to the orcs, because there's no way you were going to talk to them at the mine. They saw you as invaders. So the thought was to come down here. That's what the deep gnomes told you, was that if you came down here and spoke to their emissary, you might be able to come to some sort of arrangement.
Yeah, we should probably let's get that out of the way, and then I want to magic up my scimitar with that fancy rune that we had floating around.
So let's think of the order of things. Shensen.
Hi.
Shensen.
Hi.
What do you think would be a good idea to wear? First, let's go talk to the innkeeper and figure out what time our show is.
We can just start those whenever.
He wanted a nighttime, and possibly use that as a negotiation incentive if we go talk to the emissaries. Offer them a free show. It is valuable, and then we go talk to the emissaries, see how that goes, and then when we're coming back, maybe get your sword enchanted with the.
It's a scimitar, not a sword.
Yes, and then back to the tavern to put on a show with our new edition. And I try to pat Grisfell in the back and it goes, Grisfell.
And it's just nice. Yeah.
So
Wait, you guys don't want me to physically appear, do you? I mean,
you see, with this spell, I'm going to offer your soul to inhabit body.
You're going to use animate dead? I thought you had something else in mind.
No.
That spell's going to give me... I do not want to be in some rotting, stinking corpse.
I mean, we'll find you a nice one.
You're going to find me a nice one.
Yeah, it just comes from the ground or somewhere.
Is that,
it cleans itself.
Code for you're going to make me a nice one?
Semantics, Grisfell. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Just, come on.
I'm going to inhabit a horse?
Come on. I tug the staff as we move on, making him come with me.
I'm going to leave the creepy house.
Grisfell is like, fine, whatever, and then goes back in the skull. All right, so you are going to make your way. You head back into the tavern, which is kind of in front. So we'll pop back over to that, and
hey, Dwarfred's still here.
Oh yeah,
hey, he's drinking himself.
He's got cobwebs on him, and
it's only been 2 days.
He's been sleeping
for 2 days. Are we sure he's asleep? Did we just find a new body for Grisfell?
No. So as it turns out, although the token was left here, when you do return, there is no sign of Prince Thorgrim.
You're
not sure he's probably chilling with what's his name, the Morlock.
Grollo? out at the bug pits?
Yeah, Thorgrim and Grollo. That's one of my favorite shows.
Going off on having misadventures.
It's technically, I think what they do is hijinks.
Yeah, I would assume that it's Grollo and Thorgrim hijink hour. Yeah. So you return here, and Snelk is perform or working the bar, and he sees you all come in for some breakfast, and comes up and is like, well, I'm glad to see that you're here. I've been giving it some thought about what kind of performances I expect, while you're staying here.
You'll get what we do, and you'll love it. Oh, it'll be great.
Well, I mean, if it's great and it pulls in lots of people, that's fine. But I mean, we have to figure it out. I need to make a schedule. There has to be flyers made. I need to put them up, and then I need to figure out how I'm charging for admission. And we got to figure it out. It's not. I don't like doing things just spur of the moment. That's how you end up with a bad business. So I was thinking the way this is going to work is so I could have you perform at lunch. And I could have you perform at dinner, but I don't want to do both in the same day. That's too much. So the lunchtime shows, those are better for earlier in the week when folks are working, and it's a lighter show. There's not going to be as many people here. But the evening shows, that's when I'm packed. That's when it's busy. So
that's when we do it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of your choice. I don't know. What do you think?
Ilana?
Well, if he has time to get a stage and flyers together, that means he can collect more pay, Lorne, and we get ticket sales, don't we?
Shensen?
As long as whatever thing I have to sign does not preclude me doing my own special performances where I see fit, yeah, this all works for me.
Well, Roark? You are the opening act, Shensen.
Oh, yeah.
Roark, what do you think?
So Snell kind of walks over here, and he points to this area over here, and he's like, "We can set up a performance area over here, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I've done in the past whenever I've had performers here, so it'll be great.
The bigger the house, the better. My opinion. Evening shows.
Yeah, we can pack it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so evening shows. All right. Well, we can't do those every night of the week though, because it's I'm not going to be able to pack it every night, but toward the end of the work week, I'm pretty sure we can get this place pretty busy. So,
quick thing. Maybe if you do it over there, I point to the wall that's over to the right. Right, you can put a stage over that way. That means you have more room for seats, which means you can sell more tickets, and it won't block your entrance.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do. All right. Well, I'll have to talk to my brother. He's a carpenter, you know.
He can. I mean, whichever works best for your brother.
He does carpentry. He does some woodworking. He makes cabinets. He also does some wood sculpture, and he also helped me with my accounting last month. So he's a great guy.
Very versatile.
So you have trees underground then?
Well, most of this is made from mushroom wood, and he kind of knocks on it, and it has this weird sort of hollow sound.
I am absolutely fascinated by this. What? Mushroom wood.
It looks like wood, but it's a little lighter than wood, and it's a little bit pliable. It looks like stalks from giant mushrooms that are like carved up and dried.
That is absolutely amazing.
He's like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's the only thing we got. We get it from the frog people, the boggards.
Would he notice if I broke off a little corner of the table? Just a little corner.
He wouldn't if I'd be distracting.
I mean, if he walked away, you could do it without a problem. If you're so desperate to do it in front of him, I mean, you know, that'd be a check. But
what? No. Of course not. I'll wait for him to walk away.
He's like, all right. So okay, well, we'll figure it out. All right. So just to cut the long and the short of it, he's offering you downtime activities. The way that these are going to work is you have your choice between daytime shows and evening shows. You can't do both in the same day. The daytime shows are only level 2 shows, but the evening shows are level 4 shows. And if you put them on Temple Day, that's the busy day that everybody has off, they're level 5 shows. It's kind of your choice, but this is really just him putting a downtime activity on the table for you to play with. So
what if I had the most? What if we let Shensen do Shensen's thing to gather attention? Instead of lunchtime shows, we let Shensen have the stage and use that as promotional for the evening show later.
You could spend, you can spend time kind of drumming up excitement about a show. That would be like an activity to increase the level of a show. I'd let you do that.
Like a marker.
Yeah, kind of. But mind you, a level 5 show is already going to be difficult for the party to succeed at. You probably got a good chance, but it requires skill checks to pull off successfully.
Shensen?
But just so you know, we're really talking about a downtime activity, and until the party decides to engage in downtime, you don't have to worry about it too much. I'm just kind of letting you know how it's going to work.
Well, I did become more awesome at performing, as in no longer trained. I'm an expert performer now, so that should help.
Here.
Ooh, excellent.
That actually helps quite a bit.
Oh. I was thinking about performance or medicine and decided that we might need some more medical practice than performance practice. I think I will stick to being backstage.
Well, you still do have perform, though, right?
I can roll it, but I am not trained in it.
Oh, you're not even trained. Oh, all right.
Nope.
That's fine. Yeah, all right.
I took a measured risk, and boy, am I bad at math.
No, it's fine. All right. So, but you don't have to worry about that right this instant, because not everyone has to do the same thing either. That's the other thing you need to learn about downtime activities. When the party decides to spend a day or a week doing downtime, we'll figure out what everyone's doing during that week. So it may be, some of you are doing performances, while others are, learning new spells, or attending some injuries, or trying to treat a long-term malady. I just remembered something. Hey, Roark.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Roark has a long-term malady? Is that what you just remembered?
Give me a fortitude save, please?
Oh boy.
Huh. You leveled up. You're all good at that now, right?
Yeah, I'm now an expert at fortitude saves. Swashbuckler styles. 21.
All right. Okay, good to know.
Huh.
That's all I needed.
I don't remember what this is.
I'm gonna look Roark over and like check him for fungus growth. Like, is he getting colonized?
Is he got mange? Is there a
Yeah.
bird version of mange?
Well, I'm more worried about cordyceps, growing into him and turning him into the fungus slaves.
No, gross.
Should I do a nature check?
You take a look and he looks a little tired, but I mean, if you without a medicine check, you're not going to know more.
You'll be fine. Walk it off.
It's true. I am tired.
All right, so it sounds to me like the party was going to go. You have some breakfast. Suffice to say, you do some chatting with Snelk here, and arrange for some shows coming up in the near future. We're not going to sit here and plan it out, but when you get to downtime, that'll be what you arranged. But we're not quite there yet. So it sounds like you were going to go up to try and find the emissary. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
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 All right.
Might as
We're
well
off
get back
to
to the
see
main
the
storyline.
emissary.
All right, so there's not
That was the
exactly
main plot.
a map for this, but we'll pop back to here just to have something pretty to look at. Or
It's
at least
Kobo Town.
Yeah. So you leave the Cracked Fang behind, and mind you, the Cracked Fang is already kind of in the kind of nicer part of town. The more you get closer to like the hill and up towards the temple, that's the kind of nicer parts of town. The Cracked Fang is kind of at the bottom of that hill, so that's nice-ish. But to make your way to the enclaves, you need to make your way up the hill because they're all right in the shadow of the shrine to the mother, the temple to the mother, which is located inside of this kind of larger fortress area. As you make your way up, you see a town that is filled with various folk. There's still a lot of people here enjoying revelry. There are kobolds all over the place. That is by far the largest demographic here in town. But you do see Durgar, you see some deep gnomes, you see now and again you see some orc, you see some of these pale elves that you don't really know too much about. You do see some frog people that Snelk referred to them as boggards. There are some of those hanging around. And everybody's going about their business. It's it's a town very similar to others, just with different folk in it. And eventually, you make your way up to the area right up near the keep, and there, in the kind of shadow of that keep, you can see the temple to the mother is clearly visible inside of its walls, and around it. Around kind of on the road leading directly up to it are these enclaves. So you see an enclave that is very clearly for the deep gnomes, right? Because it's kind of it almost kind of looks like it's made from the same stone as the Emethine enclave. Like they brought some here to make their kind of embassy. And you see a giant kind of building made mostly of mushroom and fungus with boggards hanging all around it. And then there is a kind of a squat stone building that looks like where the Durgar operate. And you can even see out front there are Durgar with like clipboards and paperwork, as there is some poor kobold trying to get inside and they're having him fill out forms in triplicate. But there, up near the walls of the fortress itself, you see a relatively unassuming stone building, and there are a pair of rather large, well-built orcs at the front gate, and there is a line of folk leading up to the orc embassy. There's got to be a dozen, and it looks like they are Durgar and kobolds and stranger creatures still, a few of which you don't even recognize. There is clearly another member of Grollo's people, the Morlock, There's one of those in line, and they're all dressed in various clothing. Some of them look like they're wearing like aprons and belts with tools. Some of them are just dressed in like fine traveler's clothing. But there is a line leading to that embassy. None of the other embassies have a line like the orc one does.
That's so. How many embassies are there? Is the orc one obviously like the biggest and the fanciest, or?
No, as a matter of fact, the orc one is kind of the smallest, and it actually, you know what? It's about the same size as the deep gnome one. In that it looks like a 2-story structure. The orc one is not very adorned. It's made of kind of rough cut stone blocks. That's pretty unassuming, actually. The Durgar one is kind of big and imposing. The Bogard one is really large, but that's because it looks like it grew that way. There is an embassy for these pale underground elves that is very tall and kind of ostentatious, and it looks like the stone for that was molded and crafted with magic.
Ooh, I can make a mental note of that one. Can I actually kind of mill around in the crowd, and do we have time for me to do a gather information thing with the diplomacy to figure out why so many people are gathered in line for the orc embassy of all places?
I mean, you have as much time as you want to spend. I mean, you're not really on a timer, so.
All right, I'll do that. I'm curious. I want to know what's going on. So here's a diplomacy check. 25.
You ask around, and eventually you kind of get to one of the folks who's actually in line, and one of them, it's a Durgar craftsman, and he looks at you and he's like, "Didn't you hear? The orcs are dealing in ore now. Everybody in town is interested. They've finally gotten a rich mine open."
I did hear something about that. Aha.
Everyone is lining up to try and secure contracts.
Pray tell, did they say where they found the mine?
He shrugs. Probably somewhere in their caves. Surprised they haven't found it before. Their area is so small.
I lean over to Shensen. It's like, I have a feeling we need to get in before everybody else. This could be problematic.
I'm sure that they've already. It's going to be difficult anyway. The orcs aren't going to want to give up their mine because they're rolling in it now.
You just get in line and diplomacy check for each person in front of you to get them to pass up. It's like,
you don't mind
sure. Pass in front, sure. Pass in front, sure.
Ooh, does it work that way? I can roll diplomacy checks all day.
Yeah, people love it when they're in line and the people behind them are like, "Hey, can I go in front of you?"
Let's count how many. You got a 25, an 18, a 16, a 22, a 14, 20, and a 21. Does he make it to the front of the line?
No. As a matter of fact, the first roll isn't enough. The kobold who's at the very back of the line is like, "I've been here for like 20 minutes. You can't have my spot." I don't care how fancy your words are. Actually, sorry, the one in the back doesn't even speak common. He just looks at you and he's like, "Mac."
He says go take a walk, Shensen.
I'm sure that's what he said. All right, well, let's stand in line and wait our turn.
All right.
We wait awkwardly.
Yeah.
Well, the group of you get in line, and are just waiting. It takes you several hours to get to the front of the line.
Here, everyone. I'll hold the line. Shensen and the rest of you can go get Shensen's.
I'm gone. I
scimitar.
run. I'm out of there.
The scimitar with the rune and all. I'll hold the line.
That is the most heroic, brave thing you've ever done, Lauren. Thank you.
Now, goodbye. Farewell.
So if any of you leave, you're not entirely sure how long this is going to take. It's not like it's metered or anything. So if anybody leaves, you're not necessarily going to be there when you get to the front.
Do we have any way to send a message if somebody's getting close to the front? Oh.
Not through the whole city, no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with just Shensen going to get her sword, get the rune and all that, but
Why don't
everyone else
we could
can
leave
stay with me.
Well, why don't one of us go and leave the rest of everyone in line?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I grab
Hey,
Shensen
you-
before Shensen leaves, and they're like, "You stay here, give me that sword and the rune," and off I go.
Don't sell it. Don't lose it. Don't use it as a spell component.
I
Don't
give
put it in something
Shensen the
gross.
finger guns, going, "Yeah," and I go,
Don't be anachronistic. Oh wait, we have guns. It's fine. Carry on.
So as you're walking away, Grisfell pops out of the staff and he's like, "We're gonna sell it, right?"
No, we're not.
He's
Do
like,
we
"Can you
trust him
imagine
alone with
the
Mr.
spell
Grisfell?
components we could get for that? Oh my god, we'd be rolling in it."
Like, no, this is.
Let's give them a chance. This will give them a chance to prove that they're not gonna like.
Okay, so I can definitely and that's for this quick little thing. Obviously, I can get the good rune stuff. I have the cash for it, and do I need to roll society to see if I can find somebody to? Or does I just find
the way it's going to work is you need to make your way down to the market and find a merchant or a smith who has the ability to do it, and then it's just a matter of handing over the items to them for a few days so that they can do the work. It doesn't even take that long.
And quick thing, we did just get that dagger that was a +1 and stuff. Is there?
That was a +1 dagger. Yeah.
And by the way, also we didn't distribute it all, which I don't think anybody took it. Am I also able to take that and also take that +1 on top of the thing that we want onto that scimitar, or?
So you can't take a +1 and stack it on another +1 to get +2. That's not how it works. But you could take the +1 and put it on another weapon.
Okay. All right. We'll just do the original plan then. I would like to go find a blacksmith or somebody who can be able to do this.
Okay. So you begin making your way off to go and try and find the market. Meanwhile, everyone else has to stand in line, and you do so for it's about an hour and a half. It's not like 3 or 4 hours. It's more like an hour and a half for the line to kind of clear out. And while you're standing there, more folks show up and get in line behind you. So it takes some time, but then eventually you make your way up to the front, and the orcs there are like, "What is your business here at the Enclave?"
Good day, Sir Orcs. We represent the interests of the overbright representation of King Brightcrown, who also lays claim to the ore that you have been mining from the mine up near the surface. And we would like to broker a agreement, a non-aggression pact between the orcs and the goblins above. And between the two of us, you can mine the lower parts and the goblins can mine the upper parts, and everybody will be richer.
So
does that sound glorious?
First of all, the orcs that you are talking to, there's a man and a woman standing guard at the gate, and both of them are wearing strange leather. It's very dark gray in color. Looks well stitched and well put together, and they have kind of stone weapons at their side and whatnot. And the moment you mention that you're from the surface, they kind of rest their hands on the hilt. They don't draw their weapons. They're not being provocative. They just look uneasy when you mention that. And the orc looks at you and says, "Ah, you wish to speak with the emissary then?"
Yes, indeed.
The folks who are in line here are here to speak with our merchants and those who are bartering in our ore. It has been long since we have had this many people come to our door seeking our goods and things of value, not in many years. But you wish to speak to the emissary, not one of our merchants and traders. Unfortunately, Gargetha is not here just yet. She returned back to our home to speak with the elders. She should be back any day now.
I just think back on those excruciating dozens of minutes spent in the line. Can you send a note to me at the Cracked Fang when she returns so we can speak?
He looks to the other gate guard and he's like, "Very well, I shall have a runner sent to you when Clearsight, our emissary, Gargetha Clearsight, is brought back."
That sounds delightful. Thank you.
He nods. Who might I say is calling?
Shensen of the Band of Bravos.
All right. Give me a diplomacy check just to see how well this what kind of impression you just made. That's not bad. It's not bad.
19.
All right.
Oh, I was going to ask if I could attempt to aid this.
Well, if you'd like to contribute, you can possibly push that up to above a 20.
Yes, possibly. And I'm going to use a feat that lets me use performance to make an impression. So I do a little dance. Band of Bravos, jazz hands, haha.
So
While they're
rad.
being distracting, can I do a perception check and just get a look at them?
Sure. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll that? I'll resolve this first bit here. So I'm assuming when Shensen says, is asked who may I say is calling, and he says Band of Bravos, that's when you're in the back being like
I do a little cartwheel.
I figured it was like those birds that are like
Yeah, just like that.
yeah, just like that. Yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible. I shouldn't be doing these things on camera. It's just going to be made into a GIF. All right, so, this is going to be great.
The gifts, you say?
No. All right. So, Roark, you do manage to assist. The orcs kind of give a nod and are like, very well. We shall see we shall summon you when the emissary returns.
Delightful.
Ilana, you're taking a good look at them. They are wearing some sort of leather, although you're not 100% sure. But with that perception check, you're like, is that bat? It might be. You're not certain of that though. If it's bat leather, those are some really big bats. But you can't be certain of that.
You mean like my friend at the original cliffhanger?
That fell to its death.
Yeah, that poor bat. No.
Okay.
Well, and that's the thing that's giving you pause, is that it doesn't look like that hide. It's different. It looks similar. It might be some bat similar creature, but you're not sure what it is. You can also tell that it is made with exceptional craftsmanship.
So it looks marvelous. I have no idea what it is, but it looks fabulous.
Yeah, as
Can
far
I
as
follow it up
leather
with a
armor
subtle
goes,
nature or forest lore check to see if I can figure out what animal it is?
Well, you're not going to get very far with forest lore, I'll tell you that right now. But you can give me a nature check.
Nature check it is.
16.
16.
Yeah. Not quite
I have
sure.
no experience with these cave-dwelling animals.
No, not enough anyway. All right. So you wrap that up, and that's kind of it. There isn't really anything else here to do. The orcs have a whole bunch of people in line behind you that they need to deal with, so they kind of send you on your way and just promise to send a runner to come get you when Gargetha is back.
All right. Let's go find Lauren. He's headed off to the marketplace. Maybe there's some
See what
Shenanigans.
shenanigans you got up
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
All
some
right, so-
shenanigans.
Shit. Oh, good lord. I don't need that. All right. So let's see. So Lorne, you went down to the market first.
Mhm.
Give me do you have society?
I sure do.
Why don't you give me a society check?
Will do. Oh, that's a 19.
Okay. Well, you managed to find the main market street. It takes you a bit. You don't just kind of walk right into it. You have to kind of search around a bit. But you do manage to find it without too much trouble. And let me just make sure I got tokens to grab for folks.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That sounds
Bring it up.
dangerously close to the turn order showing up.
I'm bringing up
No,
things
come on.
and people.
It's just me making sure I've got tokens for everybody. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Come here.
Uh-oh. My anticipation is growing.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm just going through the
What-
street, just after everything's fine. Just singing a song as I go.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you do manage to find your way down to Market Street, and after a bit, you manage to locate a merchant that can do the work for you.
Excellent.
It's a smith, and they inform you that it'll take a day. So you'll be able to pick up the newly reforged weapon the next day. They say, do you want to drop it off now, or you want to come back and drop it off later?
I look at the sword and I'm like, well, Shensen really wants this done. I'll drop it off now.
Okay. Well, you drop it off now. And after that, you suddenly realize that you've never been in a market like this before. It's really quite strange and unusual. There are a lot of things that you would normally expect to find in a market, right? There are definitely clay, urns and jugs and cookware and stuff like that. You have a hard time finding things made out of wood, although it does appear that this mushroom wood is used in many places as substitute, but it also looks like it's not very good for fine use objects. So, there aren't wooden spoons, but there are or mushroom wood spoons, but there are clay and ceramic spoons that they are selling. So there's a lot of things here for sale. There are also things that you wouldn't expect to find in a market on the surface. You see that the boggards have stands here and there selling all sorts of varieties of mushrooms and fungus. The kobolds have stands selling fish of a lot of varieties and sorts. Although almost all of it are these pale, slimy things dredged up from the deep waters of the nearby lakes. So there are some shops run by the Durgar selling rather utilitarian armor and weapons and things of that sort. None of it looks incredibly finely crafted, but there sure is a lot of it. And you just kind of begin to wander. Is there something in particular that you might be looking for?
Is it saying, hey, you want to go shopping?
Well, I mean, if you want to go shopping, you can go
I'll look
shopping.
for a wand vendor to get a wand of shocking grass.
Oh, you're going to go look for a wand. Okay. So you go looking for a wand. The rest of the party, I'm assuming, is coming to join you? Or are you guys heading down to the market as well?
Sure.
All right.
We can find them.
Okay. Let's go down to the market.
Oh, look. It looks so nice. What
thank you.
new map does this look like?
Oh.
Yeah, these are new tile pieces from my upcoming town base set.
Wow,
They have
can they get
stewards.
that on the awesome website called Roll20?
I mean, we don't have to turn this into an infomercial. It's not available yet.
I'm messing with you. So
Yeah,
I arrive at the market and I see my friends. I go, hi, friends.
Hi, Lorne.
Oh.
Hi, Lorne friend.
Oh, yeah, hi.
So, yeah. So, Lorne, you're down here at the end, and you see that there, over here, there are clearly some boggards selling mushrooms out of the back of a cart. One of them in the corner is popping mushrooms into his mouth, or rather, he's not tossing them. He's holding them in his hand, and his tongue just kind of.
Yeah. Just like that, just
And,
sort.
yeah, but he looks totally out of it. He's just sitting there like.
Having a good time, man. That's all I
Yeah,
can
he's
say.
having a good time. Yeah. Over a lot of you just occupied the same square as a Durgar, so that that's a thing.
That was an accident because
Yeah.
Roll20 decided it did not want to be my friend.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you've got the Durgar there. You can kind of see into some of these buildings. They look like they are shops of various sorts. By the way, the Durgar here is selling climbing gear. So he's got rope that looks braided out of the hair of some creature. But he does have pitons and climbing spikes and climbing crampons and things like that he is selling. That's what you see here. There are kobolds over here selling salted fish. And there are bogarts down here selling fungus of various varieties. But this is the street where you run into each other.
All right.
That was
I'm gonna run faster than I used to be able to run. Hey, Lauren, how's it going?
Hi, I dropped your sword off at the blacksmith. In the morning we can pick it up and it'll be nice and shiny.
Why, thank you very much. You
No
probably
problem.
had a lot more fun than us. We stood in line for 90 minutes to be told to come back later because the person we need to talk to is off gallivanting. So they're going to let us know. And then till then, I guess we can just get into, shenanigans.
My hand just kind of grips a little hard on the staff as if I'm about to hit somebody, but well, Shensen, I'm looking for a place to go buy a wand. I figured we'll find ourselves in a lack of either healing or magical output from me, and I would like to see if we can either get our fair Ilana there, a healing wand, or get me something for shocking grass.
Ooh, did you see anybody selling fancy, wonderful, beautiful dancing scarves?
Not yet, but we could look for it along the way.
So the group of you have kind of rushed down the street. Ilana and Roark, you were kind of the last two to kind of go down to the other end. Can the two of you give me a perception check?
Sure.
Can do.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And I do
12.
a better perception check.
It's 12 from Ilana and 14 from Roark.
All right.
This sounds very sketch. I would like to, I have a few hero points, don't I?
You got like 3.
I'm concerned. Better perception check, please.
That's a 20.
Yay!
20?
So, Ilana, you were the kind of last one to make your way up, and before you do so, right? So you were like there, making your way forward. You saw a figure come out of what looks to be like a cellar door, back over here. Pale skinned, lithe. The thing that's odd is this figure comes. The doors to the cellar kind of open up, and this figure kind of crawls up out of the cellar. Stumbles around a bit and is like wearing little more than rags, and is kind of stumbling around. Looks like the thing that catches your eye as you're walking forward, because you do continue walking forward. The thing that catches your eye is that it looks like the figure has like one arm that's been terribly burned.
Oh, concerned instincts. Do I go metal? Do I be nosy?
Boy, Shensen, it would be really great if we just went to the marketplace with no scuffles, right?
I don't remember the last time I was at an actual marketplace and there wasn't a scuffle.
I mean, I'm just wishing.
Need to be nosy. I'm going to keep my eye on them and slow down and back up a little bit and not say anything, but keep watching them and be concerned.
So, it looks like a woman. She
Okay.
looks like a very, very pale elf, with kind of you can kind of make out like light bluish, purplish tinge to her skin. And she has very like big bags under her eyes. She looks like she hasn't slept in a long time, and she kind of makes her way up to the cart here and stumbles and kind of almost falls against it. And at that moment, you see another figure come up out of the cellar. And this figure is unlike her, is dressed in like black leathers and has a drawn short sword in hand, and is making his way up toward her rather menacingly, and is followed by another that comes up out of the darkness. This one has what looks to be like a very small crossbow in hand. And do you speak Undercommon?
I do not.
Well,
I do,
they
if I hear
kind
it.
of whisper hiss at her something that you do not understand as they approach.
Hey, Ilana, why
Oh,
are you dragging
dear.
back there? It's not like anyone needs to be saved from Mortal Peril back there or not. Come join your
Oh.
friends.
Lorne, if we might find Mr. Grisfell's body sooner than later.
Oh, good. Let me investigate. I begin to walk there.
Do I just?
So,
There it is.
so
There,
can I
that
get
turn
everyone to
order.
roll initiative, please?
Oh, I haven't done
Sure
anything.
thing,
I'm just
boss. Sure thing. Let me,
20.
please let this be a high roll. Yes, it's a 25.
The high
Lorne,
roll
I
is
don't
on
know
the.
what's going on, but I think I found our drow. Maybe.
All right. So, let me go ahead and sort these in order. There we go. Lauren, you're crushing it. That was a great initiative roll. Look at you. You got a 17. That's really good. Came out to a 25. Lauren, you get to act first. These two pale, almost albino elves have come up out of this cellar with weapons drawn, chasing after this other pale elf that looks like might be a prisoner of some sort.
They look around.
now
it's like,
Now that you're all looking, you can see like the terrible bruises and rashes around the wrists.
go, I assume I put 2 to 2 together, and I go, excellent. So Grisfeld, Grisfeld,
He's like, what?
I want to do this for a test run to make sure this works, so we don't accidentally trap your soul in the body. Gotcha?
What?
Watch this.
I mean,
put my hands together. I put my hands together and bring them out, and it's like some glorpy blackness kind of comes forth. Slam the hand down into the ground, and as I'm raising it up, I cast Animate Dead at this point. But I'm sorry if this is going to mess your things up. I'm casting it at my highest spell slot, to summon a ghoul. So I go bam, bam on the ground, raise the hand up, and I assume the ghoul just grasps onto my hand, and I'm pulling it from the ground, and all you hear is and all everything else as I do that.
Chris, Lauren,
Yes.
you know that us elves are immune to that stuff.
Oh, you'll be fine. All right, so whoosh, I bring him
right.
out, and that takes all 3 of my actions to do. So
Well-
now I have that. I don't know if you want to add that goal to my sheet thing or not, because I could roll.
so
for him.
I'll control it. It's just easier,
Okay,
but
that's
it will act on your initiative. However, you don't control it, because Grizz gets sucked into it when you cast it.
I didn't put the roads. No, Grizz, no.
The first time you do it, you put him in something gross and slimy and rotten. He's
I
not going to be
intentionally
happy.
did not need you to do. Well, good luck, Grizz, because I hope you survive the next spell.
He's like,
It's okay, Grizz. I think I know how to make the other spell not cause you a problem, so you come back in the skull. I'll work on it.
the ghoul pops up out of the ground and goes, oh God, having bodies sucks.
Look,
And he's
Grizz,
just
you
like-
did say you wanted to be a
Oh.
sexy vampire, and as far as I can tell, they find was very attractive.
He's like, look at me, I'm shriveled.
Don't complain.
Lauren, we need to have a discussion about sexy, but not now.
Look,
Maybe later.
I don't judge. So at that point, just so I can understand how this works, because Animate Dead, obviously, like summoning and stuff like. So people who don't know how the system works, and I would like to learn. So I animate it, that takes all 3 of my actions. So I assume it behaves similar like a pet to where I use an action to command it, or...
So the way that this spell works is it works just like all the other summon spells, which I believe, if I recall correctly, it is a sustained spell. So every round you have to spend 1 action to keep it up and running. So
I can read it for you if you like.
Yeah, sure.
So the duration says sustained up to 1 minute.
Yes.
So does that mean every turn I have to spend an action to sustain it?
Correct. Every turn, one of your actions will be spent sustaining this spell. As long as you do so, the ghoul gets to act, and every round it gets to take 2 actions.
Awesome. Okay, I can do that.
Grisfell is inside this thing, so he has a limited bit of control here. We'll work that out as we go along. You don't really kind of know what's about to happen.
Have fun with it. Basically, so that takes all my actions. At that point, my turn is now done. But at least try to be like, Grizz, right into them. Go forth and save the girl.
Grizz is like, really? Really? This is the first thing I have to do? I haven't had a body in how long? And now I have to go
time to stretch your legs. The skull's very cracked. Just enjoy it while you can. You get to go buck wild. Just go tear them apart.
Alana, what do you got for me?
This was the opposite of my intention. Completely the opposite of my intention. I'm going to use an action to move over here by this elf, and please speak common, or dwarven, or halfling, something, so I can speak to you. And I'm going to use, since I'm next to her, a 1 action heal spell, just in case.
All right. So you walk up and speak at her, and she stares at you without really understanding. You're not sure if she can't understand you or if she's just not all there. She looks really out of it, and she might be like you almost think, is she drunk or drugged, or she doesn't look good.
Okay, so
but you do manage to heal her. She doesn't resist. And that does close up some of the wounds. She looks like, as you get up to her, it looks like she has burns like all over her body. Her arm just was the worst of it, and some of that looks a little better.
Okay, I have 1 action left. I am very concerned, slightly panicked, because Lauren, that was the opposite of my intention, and I put myself between her and the other drow. It's, please speak common. What's going on here? I have my hands up kind of in defense.
You shout at them in common and they don't respond. They either don't speak it or don't feel the need to respond to you.
Well, negotiations have failed.
Roark, what do you got for me?
Okay, I'm going to take my action to move up. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
You can do it, I believe.
Did he fall off the internet?
No, I lost my whole webpage.
It's okay. Okay, I'll move for you. I assume you're trying to move up directly to the drow thing?
Yes, moving directly in front of Ilana.
In front of Ilana? Okay, I got you. As you get your stuff back.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh. See, this is my problem. I've been using a Mac, and I don't know. I'm going to just quit.
Well, there's your problem.
Oh.
Do you want to delay Roark's thing and let Shensen go and wait till Mr. Keeley gets back?
Well, Roark, what were you planning on doing?
Then I was going to dance. I don't even know what the heck is going on. I was going to use my performance to sort of to fascinate the furthest drow with a perform check, but all of my Google Chrome stuff is disappeared, and I can't find it.
Your Google Chromes.
On the upside, if you're just trying to make a perform check, I can actually click on your character and do that for you.
Ooh. Invade his special secret notes.
Performance. Here we go. Oh wait, can I not do that from my?
I can do it for him. I have access to a sheet, so.
Oh yeah, no. From the GM side, it won't let me roll things for you. That's weird.
Here, I'll get him. I'll get him here.
Yeah, go ahead and give him the roll.
All right, sorry, Keeley, for taking your thing, but you roll a performance.
Here we go. Let's see if it's Lauren's luck.
There
There we go. There we go. You got an 18.
That's not bad.
Hey, you roll pretty good when you're not rolling for yourself.
Yes, I'll let that stand.
Yeah,
Does it
I believe
do a
it's
thing?
my will DC.
Yeah, I guess his will DC.
Yeah, the furthest one is kind of fascinated by you and is like staring at you and kind of like. That was. Let's see. Was that 3 of your actions to move all the way up there?
That was only 2 because I've got a pretty good speed now.
Yeah, I
Would
figured.
you like to do a stab at him?
I'm gonna raise my shield.
Raise your
Raise
shield?
my
Okay.
buckle up. That's my third
Great.
action. Yes.
Great.
Sorry about this, everybody.
Yeah,
that's
no
okay.
worries.
I'm coming back in.
All right. Shensen, what do you got for me?
So these drow here are looking pretty violently minded, correct?
They do have weapons drawn.
All right. So let's see here. Measure this. Yeah, I'm gonna race up to there with my faster than ever feet. Now that I have a speed of 30, because
All right.
of the fleet feet. The feet are fleet.
I picked it up a third.
I'm going to go up to there and I'm going to just talk to these drow and say in Undercommon, step aside, leave this woman be, and everything will be fine. And I'm going to try to diplomacy them to make. I can't make an impression because it takes a minute, but I'm just trying to not make the first action. And does that take an action for me to?
Well, you're not trying to like negotiate with them or make an impression. You're just trying to get them to talk. So
Right.
go ahead and give me a diplomacy check.
Alrighty. It's 17.
The drow that is nearest you looks at you. And did you say that in Undercommon? Because
Yes.
the drow that is nearest you, that would be this one right here.
Yep.
Or, well, I suppose they're both equidistant, but this one right here, that is not fascinated, looks at you and says, "Be gone, surface worm. This doesn't concern you."
I'm not a surface. I used to be one of you. I just don't look like it anymore. I know what you guys are up to, and this doesn't have to turn out this way.
If you don't stand aside, you'll be next. And they are now going. All right, so let's see. This one is fascinated by you, Roark.
Look at me.
They're doing some weird mating dance kind of deal with the wings and just
Yeah,
shimmering.
they're sort of dancing.
Cuckoo-cuckoo, cuckoo-cuckoo.
Not the Arrested Development stuff again.
So that one marches straight up to you and is like, "Out of the way, petulant bird!" And it's going to swing at you.
Uh-oh, it's on.
Armor class 22.
That just hits.
Take
with your shield raises. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 21. So
Gotcha.
take 7 points of piercing damage as the rapier darts aside from your shield and catches you in the shoulder. And with his third action is going to strike at you again. Armor class 23 is going to hit again. Take another 5.
Oof. Already with this.
It's okay. You got like 40 HP now.
Still, I don't like it.
All right. So the other one is going to move to the side here, and is going to. Oh, actually, sorry. It doesn't need to move to the side. We'll move to instead over here. This one has a hand crossbow and is going to fire that crossbow at the prisoner.
Oh, dirty.
But that's a pretty poor roll. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that. And it's worse. Damn re-rolls. All right. So that is going to miss, and with the third action, we'll reload. All right. At the end of the round, the kobolds nearby, especially this one, screams "Forbidden!" in kobold, and you hear the chant be picked up by other kobolds in the area. The boggards just kind of like and kind of back up and hide behind their cart. This deep gnome kind of takes off. This kobold goes running off, presumably while screaming "Forbidden." And this Durgar steps back inside of his shop and closes the door. So that is what happens at the end of the round. All right, top of the order.
I hope they aren't referring to your necromancy, Lauren, when they say forbidden.
It's fine. This is forbidden on violence. That's how you feel it in there, Grisfeld.
So interestingly enough, they weren't pointing at Grisfeld. They were pointing at the drow. And these two drow that have both come up both have a weird sort of symbol on their chest in the middle of their armor.
I see. Well,
you can't get a really good look at it though while they're fighting you.
So Grisfeld, quick question. You don't want to be you don't want to be in this form anymore, do you?
He's like, this is, I should go attack them, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what I do when I have a buddy?
my action's a sustain for first action, and I'm basically being like, go forth, Grisfeld, get behind them. Get behind them as much as you can, and then attack one in a flanking position.
He doesn't do that at first. He just runs up.
Okay. I want everyone else. You might not want to be near him very soon.
And then he tries to bite with his teeth, because that's the only thing his arms are just like laying at his side. He doesn't even swing them around, and he's like, he's not used to having arms. So he just kind of walks up and is like, he's going to try and bite.
That is
jeez.
25 is going to hit.
Does
the
drow get paralyzed?
I don't think that's a critical. Let me double check. No, it is not. So it's not a critical, so it is going to do 5 points of piercing damage, though. And I don't. Yeah, he doesn't have to make a saving throw, though. That doesn't affect, because he's an elf.
Okay, so for that, and then my next. So there's one action to do that, right? And I still have 2 actions left?
Correct.
Awesome. Then I'm going to cast Electric Arc. At that point, in front of... I'm just making sure... Let me make sure I'm not cheating on you real quick. And, no. Okay. Yeah, Electric on that. It's not going to be able to reach the other guy, so the one that the ghoul attacked. Let's go, Arc.
Oh, look at you rolling 2.
Let me go ahead and...
2 ones!
Yeah, well done. Let me go ahead and roll a reflex save. And I'm gonna make it.
Wow.
So I'm gonna take 3 points of damage.
I tried, fellas.
The electricity dances across the drow's skin, and kind of just shudders. And at that, he stops being fascinated by Roark. Although I suppose technically the ghoul bite did that as well. All right, that is Lauren's turn. Ilana, it's over to you.
This devolved out of control very quickly. Oh, let's see. Are you within range? Yes, you're within range. I'm going to try I realized my produced flames have not been very powerful, so I am going to dig in a little bit deeper and produce a flaming spear
Ooh.
at this one who tried to shoot at us.
What's with us rolling 1 on damage?
That's
It lets me hit,
fine
but it
question.
doesn't. At least I hit.
No, it's true. Let's see here. Let me draw.
You don't need to make an attack roll with flaming spear.
Yeah,
it's
You did a good roll, but you don't need to.
yeah, no, it needs to make a reflex save. So, that where you put your flaming sphere, or where did you want to put it?
Right on him. Right there.
Well, it ends up in a square adjacent. It can't be in the same sphere as me.
Well, it has to, otherwise it doesn't do anything.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Yeah. Oh, I see what
Yeah.
you're doing. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to try my reflex save, and I'm just barely going to make it.
No.
Which unfortunately means I think I take nothing.
They do take no damage. That is the downside.
No, it's a basic reflex save. I take half. All right.
But the sentence at the very end
Yeah.
does say you don't
Yeah,
take any
it's the description from the spell is if you succeed
Oh,
it, you take no
instead of
damage.
half. Oh, yeah. Look at me reading. Okay. So that's going to do no damage at all. All right.
Oh,
So
heck.
that was 2 of your actions. I believe you still have 1 left.
I am going to move over here and put myself between my new friend and the drow.
Get her out of here.
Roark, over to you.
Okay, I have panache from that fascination. So I am going to start with a short sword attack. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does not hit.
Okay. And then I will go with the confident finisher for the second attack.
All right.
Oh, that looks like a hero point opportunity.
Yeah, it sure does.
Oh, wait, I clicked the wrong button.
That also looks like a.
That's a
Oh,
shield.
16. Yeah, I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna reroll it. Is it a hero point reroll?
So I mean, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yay!
That will definitely hit. All right. So go ahead and deal the confident finisher. So
6 points total.
Oof. Dice are not your friend here today.
Ugh, not at all. Then I will raise my buckler up. As my final action.
All right. So you raise your buckler up as a final action, and that is the end of Roark's turn. Shensen, it is over to you, and you
All
know
right.
that the drow go next.
I'm gonna fire up a lingering composition perform check with a 28. Ooh, is that a crit?
28 is a crit. Yes.
Yay! So that gets my bard music going for another 4 rounds, and I'm gonna point at this guy over here that's got Ilana's flaming sphere, and I'm gonna say, "You have disappointed the kobolds of this place. You've disappointed us. You've disrespected your own people. And look now, see, the sun has come down to render its disappointment in you as well. You are a failure, and if you do not just leave us alone, the sun will render judgment onto you." And I'm going to cast a spell on him.
What are
And
you
that spell is Blistering Invective.
Ah.
Yeah, so
Is that an
That is-
APG thing?
also APG, and I again copy pasted it out of the text. It does actually say Shensen tells the target how they have disappointed Sarenrae and the devastation of this, etc.,
I have the
etc.
PDF right here. I don't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that.
So it's very, very much. He needs to make a fortitude save.
All right. Let me go ahead and make that fortitude save. And
Ha!
I'm going to fail.
All right, you take what is it? 2d6 fire damage.
Yeah, I'm
persistent.
Persistent fire damage. So that's not actually going to hit me until my turn.
Right.
And I'm frightened 1 as I realize that the sun. I've disappointed the sun.
Yeah, the sun itself is looking down at you, and it's like normally you see the sun with the happy face. This one is just like, no, dude. You're a failure.
The pale elf screams out, the burning day star, and starts looking panicked.
I'm done.
All right. They are now going to go. The drow that is in front of the group of you, the drow that is in front of the group of you is going to swing out at Roark again. With the short sword. But a 13 is definitely going to miss.
Yes.
I think I still got a villain point left, though, so let's go ahead and re-roll that.
Got one left.
Terrible.
Still a failure.
Terrible. All right. We'll swing. Let's see. Yeah, we'll swing again. I think with my penalty, that's still going to miss at 18.
18, yes, miss.
All right, and with the third action, we'll actually move. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna move back here. He goes around. The other poor bastard is screaming about how the sun is awful. Is going to move away from the flaming sphere, which is in that square. I'm gonna have to find a good flaming sphere graph for casting this. And we'll move to there, has reloaded crossbow, and we'll fire that crossbow at Shensen. But I am frightened, so that's only a 19.
As a matter of fact, the fact that you are frightened is why you missed.
We'll reload, and that's it, because I had to move to get away from the flaming sphere.
And now burn!
Yes, we'll take 2d6.
I got that ready right here.
Yes.
We'll take yours. It's your spell. And we'll take that damage. And we'll go ahead and make the flat check. Fail.
Yay! Disappointment continues.
End of the round. The kobolds menacingly kind of approach, screaming "forbidden."
Are they pointing their fingers? Yeah.
Pointing at the drow, who are looking back and forth at each other, looking worried. Lorne, what do you got for me?
Well, hopefully Grisfeld listens to this so I can fix him. So Grisfeld, what I need you to do, make this work, is to go attack the farther one and get into that far corner over there and attack him. Got it? I need you to get in that corner, because I'm really warning you to please get in that corner, because the next spell needs the work to display the spell. In the corner, not that one. It's lower to the left. To the left. I'm like doing airplane signs with like magic wands, like in the corner. In the corner, Grisfeld.
He's just kind of walking around like, what do you want me to do here? Right here?
It's this over here, Grisfeld, with a giant rays of magic pointing to you, like a tutorial.
All right, so,
that'll work.
So he finally moved to there, but it took both of his actions. He doesn't get to attack.
Fine, if that's how we're gonna play it.
He's like, what? Why did you want me to go back here?
I'm fixing you, Grisfeld. There's like, good luck, everybody. I clap my hands and go, final sacrifice.
Oh.
Why? Why do you hate us?
You can't.
I don't hate you. That's why I said
so
get to the corner. It is so much damage. All right,
it's gonna burn everybody.
Oh, they'll be fine. So final sacrifice.
Holy, Jason, can I amend the fact that my bard bonus is applying to allies? Just kind of people who I'm working with that are helpful.
So the ghoul explodes, and let me do a little measurement here. Let me just. Yeah, it's gonna get Shensen. Oh boy.
Are we not? Okay, so here's the thing. Does it also count the diagonal thing correctly? Because that's how I was measuring.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
let me.
15.
Yeah, that's 20.
Yeah.
Let's do 5.
You couldn't wait. If you could wait like
never mind.
another round to do that, that would be great.
Like,
Otherwise, you're
right.
hitting everybody in your party.
All right, we'll rescind that then. So just go up there, Gritchfield, and attack him. Because I measured wrong.
You measured wrong. Okay.
I kept trying to warn people to get out the way, and no one moved.
Well, get out the way means step aside. Yeah. All right.
So it's a new spell. I'll give you a wash on this one. Grisfell walks up and attempts to bite, and I think he's gonna miss. Yeah, he misses. He's just like, It seems like you're yelling at me a lot. Is that how this is gonna be?
Is he affected by Bard bonus?
A Grisfell? Yeah, Grisfell is.
Yeah, it still misses though.
Darn it. Okay.
Oh wait, he's frightened. That'll hit.
Yay.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, sure, that'll hit. Yeah, that hits.
Excellent. All right.
All right.
Good job,
and
Gritchfield.
Lauren, you still get an action. What are you doing?
I mean, that was mostly. I still got 2 actions technically.
Yeah.
So just give him an order, and then.
Roark and I are right next to each other. You could electric arc us. That'd be pretty efficient.
Okay, I'll do that. Electric arc. I do it to the. Yeah, I have to only do the one near me.
Okay.
Because certainly I think the other one is it's too far.
He's gonna make the save, but be just shy of crit making it. So he's gonna take half. Take 5.
Excellent.
All right. Ilana, what do you got for me?
Oh, Lorne. All right, so I don't actually want to kill anybody. So this drow over here, I'm going to use Tanglefoot to try and slow them down. 19. 20?
20. Yeah.
This
Bard.
one that looks like it's attempting to run away.
All right, that is going to succeed, giving it a speed penalty. All right, you throw a blob of goo at it. It hits it, tangling it up, and it slows down. You have 1 action left. What are you doing with that?
I am going to take care of I can't drag her away. That would take more than 1 action, 1 net. So I am going to battle medicine and try to help her just a little bit more.
All right.
16.
Yeah.
17.
You heal up some of her wounds.
Cool. 2d8.
Go ahead and roll those while go ahead and roll those while I move on to Roark.
Alright.
Stop trying to kill people.
I'm
Roark, what do you got?
Tumble through.
I advised all of you to move. And no one still, Roark at least, is listening. You decided to stay there.
All right. You're going to go ahead and re-roll that. Go ahead.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Ew.
Well, that fails.
So I guess I do not tumble through.
Yeah, so you're stuck on the other side.
All right, then it is. I don't have delicious panache. I will attack.
All right. Go right ahead.
25 to hit for 7 piercing damage.
That is actually enough. The drow collapses as your rapier slices through it, as it's reaching for the escaping prisoner. That drow collapses to the ground. You still technically have 1 action left.
Sure. I'm going to look at Lauren and move towards him.
I nod.
Can I
I nod.
Can I help this woman move a little bit with me?
You can kind of coax her along. That's fine. You move her like 5 feet, like that.
That's good.
All right, Shensen, what do you got for me?
I see that look in Lauren's eye, and I know what it means. It means he wants blood and death and horror. I am going to use all 3 of my actions to guide this woman as far away from here as possible. Like, down here, maybe. Come on.
You can get her to like there.
All right.
Yeah.
We need to be over here because my friend wants to show off.
Yeah, you bring her down here, and she's clearly an elf, although it looks like one of her ears has been clipped.
Oh no!
Just like the tip of it has been like burned off. She has very, very pale skin, just like the others. She might be of the same, like, tribe or group, or you're not sure about these elves. These subterranean elves are weird.
I'm gonna try to pull my scimitar and realize I don't have it, and just right. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do.
All right.
Spend all my turn getting her to safety.
The other drow, the only one remaining, is going to go. He is going to quick draw his short sword and swing it at Grisvel. Once, twice. He's going to hit the second time and deal 6. Let me see hit point wise. Okay. As he screams, the burning sun, it oppresses me! And then the flame hits him. Or sorry, do you want to roll, James?
Oh, yeah. He's still being judged by Siren Ray for 9 points of fire.
He screams in agony as the flames consume him, and he collapses to the ground, falling unconscious. As this happens, as the body sits there and crackles and burns, the kobolds still chanting, "Forbidden, forbidden." And they go up and begin to carry this drow away. Some are getting a blanket to put the other one out, and they begin to carry them away, leaving you standing here in this place, still kind of right in the middle of the chaos. And as it quiets, and all you can hear is the crackling and burning of the flesh, down here, from below, you hear a faint chanting. And that is where we are going to end today's session. I want to thank you all for watching. Before we get going here today, I want to toss it around to everybody and let them tell you where you can find them on the internet and hear more about them and their work before it gets tossed back to me to wrap it up. And we will go ahead and toss it over to James.
Hey, everybody. James Jacobs. I played Shensen. And you can ask me whatever you want over on the Paizo threads. I've got a giant thread going where I can reveal all the secrets I'm allowed to reveal, and maybe some I don't.
Fair enough. Ilana?
Well, that escalated very quickly. Hey guys, I'm Maryssa Marie. I play Ilana Thistlefoot. You can find me on all the social media at Maryssa Marie, MarySsamari.
Hi, I'm Jason Keeley. I'm a Starfinder developer. You can find me on Twitter at Herzwesten, HerzWesten. The end.
And I am Peyton Smith. I'm the social media producer. I am playing Lorne Barnes, a newly acquitted necromancer. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for being here. Happy birthday again, Jason.
Thank you.
Hope you had a lovely time for it and everything else.
I did. This was fun as always, everybody. I got a couple quick things. First of all, I'm Jason Bulmahn. I'm the director of game design at Paizo. You can find me on all the social media at /Jason Bulmahn, JasonBulmahn, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all the usuals. So a couple things real quick. First of all, I hope folks have been enjoying these maps. Most of this, especially this bit right here, is from my new town set. That's not out yet. But if you are interested in my existing map sets, the Cavern and Dungeon stuff are available now at the Roll20 store. I'll throw a link into chat. I do want to remind folks that we are going to be taking next week off. So there's not going to be a session this coming Friday. It is when the Paizo offices are closed to observe the 4th of July holiday. So we will be taking the day off as well. We will be back the following Friday, which I believe is actually the 10th, I want to say.
I believe
that sounds close enough.
Yeah,
the 10th we should be back.
We will be back on July 10th for another live episode of the Band of Bravos. I think that's about all I got for folks here today. Thank you for watching. It has been a blast as always. I hope you've enjoyed it. We certainly have enjoyed playing for all of you. And we will see you next time. Bye.
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 Goodbye.